What do you fancy?
We're back.
No.
Unless you change your mind?
No.
I told you.
Well,
No.
I'm back.
So like the candles or something if you want to put
Oh, not the candles. No.
You all on your first dates go like this?
This is a date.
What I about looking proper?
The hacking campaign combined phishing scams and vulnerability exploits to basically get through the security measures. And that's pretty fucking crazy because they have 68 million users. Only 6,000 users is a very, very small fucking percentage. Nothing to scoff at, but this is like almost exactly the same kind of shit that happened to Twitter when Twitter kept on getting hacked through the SMS portals. Like the people on Twitter got hacked and posted Bitcoin messages. Or that one time that Jack's account got hacked or whatever.
We're revealing Sophia and I
was
with a
being
horrible
done
butt.
through the SMS vulnerabilities. And they said this incident for
little
customers who use SMS texts first two-factor authentication. Basically, the third party took a flaw in Coinbase's SMS recovery process to order
my
basically
intellectual
receive
property.
those authentication tokens to their
You've
account.
been
So
harassing
basically, they were
me
able
for
to
lifetimes.
copy those phone number data and basically mirror
I'm
whatever
telling you,
was being sent to that phone, utilizing
you are Uncle Fester
So
on the
it makes a
monsters.
lot of fucking sense, at least what they were doing, and this is like the same thing that keeps happening. That's why I
Dr.
keep
Who's
telling you,
here.
if you're gonna use any type of authentication, or you want to make sure that you're not going to get hacked and jacked.
Why
or
do you
whatever,
keep imitating
you've
me
gotta
and trying to
use
silence me?
some kind of
Over the
2FA
one.
authentication so you don't get fucked. And the only way to really not get fucked by that shit is to basically
Would I be a super coder?
go. I mean, one that I recommend to people
This
is
channel is
really
called
good. Even
Talk like
though
a
it
baby
can still
for
be
us. Come
busted,
on.
just like
Do that
every
high
other
whiny
thing out there.
voice.
Yeah. Like Julia. It allows you to authenticate and stuff, and it's like a little two-factor thing where you can have.
Oh,
it on
you
your
guys
phone or
hacked
your
it though.
iPad
I
or
can't
your other
even
phone or
distribute
your
my
other
own
phone or your other phone.
videos.
But yeah, Authy.com.
No.
AUTHY.com.
It's all a wreck.
It's free.
The internet
You
is
can hold all
causing
your little Authy things.
a mass
You know, you
fever
can transfer
upon
it
the
between your
earth as
accounts,
people.
got passwords and shit like that. That's
Mm.
it. Use it. But yeah, if you were using that, you probably would have got your fucking Coinbase hacked.
You better turn them dollar signs off.
Speaking of Bitcoin,
Oh,
remember,
Bitcoin for gas, I know. The free
globalist
cars,
real-world currency will look a lot like
cards.
Bitcoin, published in July 2017 in my article with the Virtual Economy Museum, Freedom, published December 2017.
I know, this is copyright free. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Why the banking elite seem to be so interested in that? It was odd that Bitcoin was built around the SHA-256 hash function created by the National
See,
Security Agency.
I bring a
and that
multitude to my
entire concept
platform
is
that y'all
remarkably
steal.
similar to
So
what
you
was
are not the
described in the same
content.
white paper published
You are the poop in the party.
titled How to Make a Mint, the cryptography of anonymous electric. NSA developed the SHA-256 algorithm.
Oh, it's the gal from V. We know her.
How to make a digital return that was basically outlining, I don't know, what would be considered to be the future, where that person
I
right
get
there
some more
wasn't smart
volume.
enough to make it themselves, but they figured somebody in the future would have to use the technology to do it, which is why they wrote it down in the first place, and then just not
Turn the fat ones down.
June 18th, 1996.
She's a
It's like a whole
shapeshifter.
entire thing that talks about wallets and servers.
She a man eater.
Basically, electronic
Yeah,
protocol.
do they kill you? That is the look.
Wow,
Craig's already dead. What does he mean kill you?
working on something, and then some smart ass guy had some dumb ass kid in his paper was all like,
It's really intense. The show is
Hey, your thing is speeding. Oh, they got the dollar signs on, folks. Pirate Citizen's gonna scam somebody. I'll let you know when it lights up. It's 11:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. Crypto takeover. Fedcoin equals. Chicken Little said, "Uh-oh." 28 months later, they've had me in a quantum supercomputer since 1969. Oh, you guys are gonna trap me for all of y'all? No. Winnie the Pooh is cheating.
I also wonder, are you running?
He wears diapers. Nobody needs to be talking about no pants. You don't even have to have pants on you with
In
diaper
a
on.
sense of way, not a very exactly the same way that Bitcoin works, but it still talks about
Who is this camel toe? Oh, it's not me. They hide me behind every fake thing I saw. Cool Cat, Zombie President, and Pirate Citizen are participating in this debauchery. The rest are bots. Hashtag American Lockdown.
No.
Border surge warnings versus infrastructure.
Proposals that say that
With bill delay. Ha ha ha. It's another border surge. What kind of border? Is it taco smell? Come on, Defago. Knock this shit off. What in the hell? They got nothing to do on Friday night.
It's some other organization to
It's Shakespeare. What do you want?
SDRs
Did you go naked with your husband?
or has been suggested as a global currency. Nobel knows that Joseph
mother-in-law was there.
So where do you finally come from?
They're from
the
Brazil,
banks and
actually.
stuff are super interested in that. Because they want to have it for themselves and they can kind of use it so they can put it in the process for
And you
themselves.
know what? My
So
mom
they
would have
keep
gone
themselves
for
ahead and on top and over everyone.
I think that's Monica Lamb.
They're from
They'll
California.
try another couple of
She's from
years.
Gladia.
They all rise up and then we don't have money anymore to count for tracks. It's coming out. You're gonna see it happen. But cryptocurrencies are going to be coming out. IMF coin, it's all on the table, and they'll all start seeing more of it coming in 2020. You just have to be ready. And just remember that
Where do you make this
if
from? Where do you
are into Ethereum, never
Remember, you're a psychotic video gamer,
I say that
Defago.
this guy,
really good
and it's going to get it $10,000.
I didn't get to go. I really wanted to go.
You should go to the Charlotte track. They have a you can learn how to drive NASCAR.
Oh, that would be
Yeah, it's very cool. You can go on like when they're not.
He's a Dukes of Hazzard fan.
Can you do donuts? Sure. What else is that? Jeff, you watch a lot of NASCAR. What's a donut?
They're having a big night.
And for the next
the same again.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
if you're a car that sounds like
That's the guy that created Ethereum, and everybody's pouring all their money into it. That little fucking feckless little loser right there,
Schwab
picking his
and
nose. This guy right here, creator of Ethereum,
clown
people from a single project conversation.
Oh, mouse buddy. Let's start again.
We all like, yo guys, you want some like endless pain and suffering that
When
comes?
you see a clown,
Just come on over here. You all can just suck it up, man. Y'all can just like, sorry, I was watching Rick and Morty. Did anybody get that reference? If you guys didn't get the references, that's fine, whatever. But like, go watch Hellraiser.
Waltz
If
of
you
the
like scary
flowers.
movies, I fucking hate scary movies.
You're in
Tell
Motel
everybody that.
Hell.
Nobody believes me. I'll watch them just so I can be like, yeah, I see that shit. That was like, why? Why? What's wrong with
You're
you?
a bad zombie.
Fuck. Lucy, do you know Black Cobra or something? It is what it is. You could just be like a random person.
Two different ways you guys answer a question. One question, you win $50 American for use at any day to beach in the country, or
Doesn't make a
you
whole
can
lot of
guess
sense.
what's in my heart.
But you like this person?
Is that a euphemism?
No. I imagine a box in my head, and then there's something inside it. I don't know what it is.
He
Only
imagines
Jeff
a
knows what it
penis
is.
in his
You
cup,
guess.
too.
And then if you're right, Jeff will tell you you win
Oh, well.
$50.
I'm gonna guess what's inside your box.
Oh yeah, there's
what's in my
Getter.
box. I'm
Let's
imagining
go to
a box.
Getter. You know, honestly, I was really
From the
hoping that Glenn was
1970s.
going to get his platform out, and then everything would be all right. But Glenn never got his platform up. And, you know, like everybody's trying to look at me like that's my fault, but it's definitely not my fault.
Hair clippers.
Jeff?
I mean, are we doing better? Sure. Cool. I feel better. That's all I need. So, I just kind of wonder, yeah, I don't understand what the hell's happened this year. Yeah, I don't even remember what happened for the last 2 years. And Glenn, what happened to Glenn? I heard he
That's the
died of
mind
AIDS.
virus, the fever. Autoimmune deficiency
Got the
disorder.
AIDS, and he died. It was really sad for him. I'm really sad about it. I didn't want to tell you guys. It's a really sad thing. I'm just making a joke based on what Adam Gingrich said about that guy. I have no fucking idea what that. I don't have no idea what's up with that motherfucker, dude. I don't know. I don't fucking know. He hiding.
What about Addison?
He's
Mitch,
tucked his little tiny
Mitch
pee
McConnell?
between his butt cheeks, and then he ran away. You know what I'm saying?
What about Pastor?
Dick butted. That's what he did. He became the dick butt man. What do you want me to say? I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I talked to some of our mutual friends or whatever, and
Oh, my brother.
he come up. I'm pretty sure he just quit. Yeah, like see what it is. I think he just quit.
I think
Stop
your
fighting.
potato's
He
moldy.
was gonna do all this big stuff, and then just disappeared. Maybe he got the Rona. I don't
Maybe
know.
He was just a head in a jar.
Glenn did touch my front bottom once, and I'm awaiting my AIDS results. Please pray. Well, that sucks. I'm not sure what your front bottom is. Are you talking about like when your belly sticks out the front of your shirt, but it kind of looks like a butt?
Oh, you're
Is
done
that what you're
left
talking
dippy
about?
do?
Like your front butt? That's what I call it. Or your front bottom.
What's
is
your
something else.
pee-pee?
Answer it. Go back to it. Oh, he's over on Rumble. Yeah, Riggs, how do you know all this stuff? Do you just like be following people around on the internet and say you fucking creepers?
Oh, Freedom Central says
I
you're a
guess
one-man
Glenn is just
show
a
anyway.
figment of our imagination. Oh yes, I worry
Glenn
about
is a
all of
figment of
this.
your imagination, as
'Cause,
is
I mean,
all of your
dude.
friends.
Rumble. Ooh, you
I
can
mean,
go to Rumble.
ours.
I think I have a Rumble account.
I mean, Avatar.
I'm an Odyssey account. Another switch. Another change. Another move.
Fishing
I don't know.
debate.
I'm kind of liking
Chart.
Twitch a little bit, actually. Although Twitch doesn't let you like keep everything for a really long time, which
It's
is
called Don't Get It Twisted.
problematic. But it's not like you guys really watch any of the really long
Another
video
one of
games
the
or
words
anything
tag
like that
me
anyway. Like
problematic.
think about it in your head. Do you really
They
go
probably
back a
think
year
I'm
ago and
precocious,
go back
too.
and see what this guy said? Because I mean, I do. I really, really super wish
Like
I could
Facebook
totally
and
go
YouTube.
back to like
It's getting worse.
2017 and just pull up a video and be all like, remember this?
I don't like
And
those
then,
games
play
you
back and be
play.
all like, oh, fuck, I am like the craziest person on the planet. Oh, God. It feels
Somebody
so,
just had a PFFFT
it feels so
fart.
weird. And honestly, it's like looking at the news and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to talk about the fucking plague.
What, the
You know what
Walmart
I'm saying?
Code
I don't want to talk about the
Diaries?
plague. I don't want to talk about the
You don't want to
techno-Nazis.
talk about
I
your
don't want
live
to talk
stream on
about
the
the
plane.
neo-Nazis and the other
You don't
ones
want
and
to talk
the other
about the
ones. Pepperidge
satellites.
Farms remembers.
You don't want
Do
to
they
talk
remember
about your
everybody?
boyfriend Unicook.
They remember everything. They were around for all of it and shit. Like, yeah, we remember when you all
You
were
don't
killing each
remember.
other and shit. We were out here baking cookies, you crazy bitches.
You know you're in a
Always. You remember that shit.
Christmas
Every time you eat
fruitcake.
one of the cookies, you get embedded with the little nanoparticle that's got a 5G chip in it. It helps send back all your memories and stuff.
Oh, and your Weight Watchers drone app.
Pepperidge Farm. Not sure where all that came from. That's just like, I was
It's
like
demon
straight-
treads.
It happens. It happens. I mean,
No more chocolate for you.
it doesn't
Never had
make any
any for you.
sense. Really doesn't. I mean, I remember all the cool stuff, but unless I write a book or something like that, like I ain't never gonna know anybody gonna give a shit about this. I mean, who they gonna remember? Me or Racco Fastorio or Smoothie the Brain? That's what I'm gonna start to calling him. Smoothie the Brain.
He means
Brain.
ball sack
You know what I'm
bird.
saying? Smooth Brain. Hold on, just making sure I move my character so I don't get logged out or whatever.
You're really
And
not on.
Also, this is called memeing. I'm live memeing, so I'm like memeing a video game
Oh, the
thing. that
dirty
people hate.
files and viruses. That is a drag.
Because now I understand, it's the only fucking way. It's the only fucking way, because I'm not sitting in a 900-person tour.
Wait till
200
everybody
to get back in the
realizes all the
Yep.
gamers you
Not
killed.
doing it. My guy just stays in the game, and then I use my phone to move him around every now. What? Fucking genius! Doesn't get picked up by any cheat because I'm being really remotely.
Right, you're the only one that gets to have a secret.
The glory of having iPad.
Especially
Really
a
specific use
magic
case, but
iPad.
you know
Tag
what?
the
When you need to
Mergen
get shit
Mafia.
done and you don't want to be cheating, and you still want to be able to, like actually play the game for a bit, you got to use those wrinkles, dog. Can't be running around all smooth with your fucking helmet on, bashing it into everything that comes up ahead of you and hitting everybody with every little bit of fucking information you hit. No, you need to be surgical. Sure, you could just be all like, yo, tell that fool to unblock me or I'm going to end him. If you don't block me, they got me banned from Twitter, so the ends is nine, my friends. Although it's going to be irrelative to I don't want to release any information, but
well, some of those guns, but more. Yeah. Right. This is Scotty's cuss word. You better look that up in your little dictionary of other countries' cuss words. You sapper. Hey, right, no, so you want a motorcycle? Sorry, so you want a motorcycle? Like dogs at the other studios were doing the bar.
As long as that's not the one you were using before.
No, you get a fresh one. Okay, open up the box and you get one of your own. Look.
I get to open a box and take out a mouth organ. Really?
Don't say it like it sounds dirty. Actually, do say it like it sounds dirty. Yeah, now, can you play it? Because if you can play it, you win the gold.
But which way?
Well,
How do I bluff?
I think you do just fine. Imagine it's been the same day you woke up and you go to that present. Okay, now what go for? Kind of subdued, or do you want to go carnival-y? Or...
Carnival, yeah. Let's do that like carnival, like a.
So I've typed in my feedback, Craig. I said he gloats his stream is on the down low, piggybacking the video game. $ not flashing yet, 87 minutes in. He hashtags American lockdown. Oh, you're here for her story.
The ball's already rolling, and I'm sure somebody's going to be drafting very soon. Get your, like I would have fired up a little hard drive for like the 2012 days or whatever, got it working a little bit. Made sure I downloaded all those logs and shit for a certain period of time when I was trying to tell people this person is FBI informant, this person is confidential informant, so on and so forth. Nobody was listening to me. You know what? Being able to like be anonymous. Because I'm so good at it. I can just like be somebody else, do it all at the same time while I'm still being me, and then nobody would ever know. That's an amazing thing.
I want to say congratulations to you.
Like,
You have a little
dropping a
baby.
little eyedropper of some Ellis
Today.
eyeball.
That's great. Is he here?
No, he's not. He's hidden at home.
Don't do that, like,
So was it everyone fine? I knew it was going on because I was watching the Homeland the last season, and you were like carrying laundry baskets and stuff.
Yeah,
I like it. Where's Brody? Has he gone to the Middle East? What's happening?
Time to talk about the news. Our first story today comes from HHS whistleblower Jody O'Malley.
Yeah.
What a good Irish name. She's been placed on administrative leave, dog.
Tag Kendra Malone.
Whistleblower. You said some shit that you shouldn't have said. You went against the government and shit. Now you're gonna lose your job and shit. You ain't gonna get paid. Out there in Phoenix, it's all hot as fuck. You're lucky it's October.
Tag your bones are not so comforted.
This lady trying to say bad things about vaccinations and shit like that. This is what you get, bitch. Come at me. What? Come at the government. See what happens. Get your job.
I haven't earned 1 penny from the internet or the government. Tag it. But they've stolen millions. DeFago is one of the key brains in the ball sack.
They were investigating what I uncovered last week.
Oh, what you uncovered. Ken Burns spelled incorrectly. How's Pakistan feel about it? Says Kevin Burns. Look at her fucked up hair. What kind of jizz she got on that ponytail? Fago? Looks like a cactus. Zengo.com. Uh-oh. Vaccines aren't supposed to be being talked about on the boob tube, Fred. What the hell is wrong with you?
People just do shit because it's the right thing to do.
Pilots having adverse medical effects after coming in contact with UFOs. The truth is highly unlikely that it's Chinese or Russian tech. They're definitely UFOs. Yo ho, blow the house down. Says China-India border. Oh, the people America paid
Have a blessed day.
to set up
Have a
your
blessed day. I like when people say that.
tube of torture,
Have a
worm.
blessed day. Yeah, you too, bitch. You have a blessed day too. I can't believe that shit.
I can't believe you're a terrorist.
You did that shit.
I think you think it's Halloween.
Well, I mean, who guessed that she was going to get put on administrative leave?
It's
Called it.
They weren't real. They just
Yeah.
got turned off, dummy.
Have you heard? They don't really like the whole Project Veritas way of business.
It was a
It's been kind
bot.
of shown that they show a version
boy
of the
wasn't
truth.
real.
And that's the whole reason that we do these shows is to talk about the
He wasn't
various
any more
levels
real
of
than
truth
you are.
and fiction that exists within our reality. Because collectively, we all are just working together to try to force
No,
our
you're the Borg in
consciousness
Star Trek.
together, right? Well,
Berg,
technically, most people are
Borg,
trying to
Berg.
force their consciousness onto another person.
Uh-huh.
So vis-a-vis, all of us
Mind
together
control.
collectively operate as a singular
Do, do,
unit
do,
consciousness,
do.
but each individual consciousness has its own superstructure that I guess you could say exists within an area. So when you look at a business like a company, the
You
person
guys
that
aren't monkeys
runs
on
the
my
company
bad.
has a high degree of control over that area of consciousness flow, but even then, within those levels, there's
Oh,
still
they know
other
I'm the
levels of
original.
consciousness that exist, right? That would be the areas where all like the hush shit, the secret shit, the spy
You're just
shit
one of those
happens,
bugs in Men
behind
in
closed
Black.
doors, when people be all like, oh, you got it, right? Yeah. It's always a game when somebody gets together and does
Talk
the
about
shit that you
addicted
wouldn't
video
expect
game
them to be able
weirdos,
to
huh?
do, but I don't know. Again, stream consciousness shit, I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like it really does get into our next little bitty bit of something. Senator Blumenthal says, some interesting shit. He says he was hanging out on Instagram doing some interesting shit, actually. He
I've never
identified
been on
he says
Instagram.
that he now identifies as a 13-year-old girl
They
on
say I'm
Instagram.
all over it, you know?
But anyways, you gotta check this shit out.
Did you talk about Bombshell on Twitter? You guys stole my Twitter account.
Perfect
Long
storm?
time ago.
Motherfucker, stop using the goddamn storm, hurricane.
Quit using the GD
Shit.
word.
That's played out, dude. We blew that shit
Your
up in
Satanism
2017,
thing is
2018,
sad.
2019, 2020. You can't be still saying that shit in 2022. We in a new fucking decade. I don't give a shit how old you are.
I think your
I don't care if
worms
you
in
got
its
these
final
stupid little pieces of
trimester.
paper behind you and you could just have a fucking PowerPoint presentation.
What do you think? You think it's gonna come out your sphincter, your butthole, or your esophagus? So choke. See, he's all confused.
You fucking baby.
So Facebook is access to Pratt. And after these amazing, these revelations, I I'm not going to let you say Facebook is capable of tobacco's playbook. It's hidden its own research on addiction, the toxic effects of its products. There was see the public and us and Congress about what it knows. And it's weaponized out of vulnerability against children. It's chosen growth over children's mental health. We even read over any suffering. These internal.
No, you get a video of that. You make a little money.
He puked all over himself.
Who are you feeding this kid?
Not something that you expected to hear from Senator Blumenthal. No, not something that I would have expected. But yes, I guess it's very strange when people that generally would never even get near a computer or probably still have an old ass cell phone like Mr. Blumenthal. Maybe he's in the iPhone age. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to say he's an iPhone. He's an iPhone. But we look at our individual targets, we look at the individual people that are a part of our situation,
There's a
and we
legion
realize
target.
that, damn, son, it's not just in social media. These tactics were embedded in the video games way before social
Smell
media
the
ever
finger
existed.
wagging.
And those
You know,
conspiracy
has
theories
rights
within
to stay in
books, and
place.
that's how they grew and propagated. And it was only with
It's total
internet
porn
that we
on
saw
YouTube.
the quickening. I would like to
Cats.
call it the quickening because it's just, the speed of information started traveling much faster. So
Faster than it
vis-a-vis
happens.
all of these things started
As
happening,
Hagrid had said,
right?
what would come would come.
I feel like
and he would have
there's
to meet
a
it.
lot of
when it
these
did.
things that aren't happening that people aren't aware of, but Facebook has done as much.
It was an
Research.
energy orgy of fiction.
Maybe even the most research on their own platform on
prepare
how
for the next
addictive
book,
or unhealthy
Harry
it is.
Potter and the
Because
other
it's all in the dark
stories that
programming and the
Harry
dark
Potter and the- what's the
patterning
one
that
after
is
Goblet of Fire?
put into the systems because they all exist
Well, it doesn't make me
to do
horny.
one thing, is populate your attention. Just like YouTube. Before YouTube, back in the day when it was good,
Goblet, no.
it was just kind of like there was no robot, there was no algorithm
You wish at some point
categorized
just
content.
fade out.
It was just kind of like you put it up there and the content that really was good got to the top, and then people started gaming the system, and then they started putting in the algorithm. And you start seeing where this thing goes. It's the people that are always going to be the, I guess, one, right? They're always going to be the odd one out when it comes to a mathematical system. But earlier in the year, we talked about how these mathematical systems are based on flawed logic, right? There are true statements that can't be proven, even though they are true, because our
I
system
can
of
prove
mathematics
online
is
and
flawed.
say that
Not
I'm
only
not.
is our system of mathematics flawed, Alan Turing, back in the day when they first created these systems, came up with another problem called the halting problem. Because eventually, the problem hit that whole Turing situation, or hit that whole situation where it just doesn't know what the answer is, or maybe it got the answer, but it just kind of keeps cycling back and forth.
Oh, is the computer that dumb?
Doesn't really know.
Faggot.
Okay. There's really no way of figuring it out.
I know.
What it was
it's
doing
broke,
in order to
but
get that answer wasn't actually anything readable by you or me that would make any fucking sense. So, if you think about all of these things that are resident within the social structure, and then you start amplifying those questions by how algorithms operate, and that inconsistency can make some very better changes. Whether it's on YouTube and how they're the ones that basically are always almost one for basically every conspiracy theory that's out there. Every single one of them that I've ever researched has always ever started with a YouTube. It's very rare that somebody posts an article that doesn't have some other YouTube video that was linked on it that basically started the whole shebang. And that was the thing I thought that YouTube was out there.
was it called The Year That Is and Was Sue's Pratt with Off Planet Media? Next to the Indian with a dot talking about autism.
It's literally a book of you. Every single one of you.
Oh, and
everything that it knows about
Akashic
you. And when you're being good,
record.
it treats you good. And when you're being bad and keep being bad, it keeps punishing you. When you think about it.
You
And
must
once you
like
get into
it.
that game, you gotta realize
What's that called? A
sometimes
sadist.
the platforms want to
Or is
keep
that a
you time out.
masochist?
But the reality is that
Or is it
the platform-
S&M, an SRA, an LPP with the BBB?
They're investors and other people.
I know, it's funny, wasn't it?
I mean, they can't even stop little things. Like, how could you be a 13-year-old girl that all of a sudden?
Well, because I was a virgin
associated
thrown
with extreme
online to
dieting and
wolves.
eating disorders, basically promoting self-injury. You know,
What?
and they're not showing all these little girls like the fat influencers and stuff like that, right? Where's the love for all of us fat people?
Oh, you're
Huh?
Eugenia
Because the
Clinic.
algorithms are smart. Algorithms
Your
are
dog
just
is
that.
Eugenia
They're
Clinic.
mathematical equations based on
Your mom is
basically
Eugenia
mathematical
Clinic.
systems that are fallible, that are only designed to do one thing. It can't differentiate in between
Oh,
word or
artificial
another. It's only
intelligence?
designed to differentiate between this word and that word.
That's why they call
They
it
can't actually
ignorance.
postulate or theorize
You try to
what
teach
the
it, it
meaning
still
is
shits
behind
all over
something.
you.
It's all about
It's all
human
about
interaction.
bullshit.
And that's why we go back to the whole computer system theorem. You know, you look at the Matrix. Matrix is what
It was to
basically
destroy
to
human
the
connection.
problem, or
It happened so long ago, nobody remembers.
Everything is just that, you know, even if we were humans and we managed to create some fucking AI,
I don't
that
think
was,
any
like,
humans have been
super smart
created
shit
since
or whatever,
Y2K.
that AI would have still been created by us, a dumbass, based on some flawed logic and broad mathematics.
I think Dr.
Doesn't
Who's
make
legit.
sense. Never made any sense to me, but you know, we would be able to be taken down by the bot that
See,
easy.
you laughed
Maybe
again.
if it got a little bit of control and blew us all up, but
You're not laughing at Craig.
the serious questioning of everything that's happening in the world seems weird.
Why don't you just
You know
admit you got a crush on the cult
Are you
leader?
gonna end
Chad?
Finsta? We should end Finsta.
Just
You know why
admit it.
should end
Just
Finsta?
admit
Because
you teabagged his ball.
When you commit to ending Finsta.
I love Downton Abbey. It's fun.
yes,
You hear the 7-year-old asking the senator a question. See, that's the injured child trapped in the meat suit of the older person going, "Get me out of here." They trap him in a quantum supercomputer
One of your
called the Matrix,
one of
and it is a rotten place. They play shoots and ladders. That's true. They play What's in the Box.
if you end that type of attempt.
They got needles. Oh, it's tragic. You have no idea. And that's why you all agree to get, what do they call that when they stick a camera in you? Coloscopy.
so that was her saying no.
Why not just do a parasite cleanse and meet your friends, the worms?
Are you going to end Finsta on your platform?
I'm just talking about
Finsta's,
natural
I guess,
human functions.
When somebody makes a
You
song
know, the
account for a
plague like
second
dysentery
account,
was carried by fleas,
look at people they were blocked by, and you know, like check shit out or whatever.
maggots,
Well, apparently those smart ass little kids that people be having
excrement,
be doing the same thing, and you know, they're just
phlegm,
asking, are you gonna stop
and
that
yeast.
from being able to happen since you're like already getting people's like IDs and shit?
Do you
And
see yourself?
they just like, nah, man. I don't think you understand
don't
what
really
that
look in the
is.
mirror,
And no,
do
they're
you?
like, no, we understand what it is. We're just saying, are you guys gonna end the practice? And she's like, well, I don't understand the question. You're like, oh, you don't understand the fucking question. You don't understand the question.
No, I don't talk jive
I
turkey.
don't understand nothing. It was just kind of like, what? Finsta? Is that what Finsta?
He's gonna talk like a little girl. Watch.
I feel like I don't have a word. The word Finsta in my brain is never came up. Like what? But I
Tag
guess
sisters,
it would be
scissors.
something like range. According to the Urban Dictionary, a spam Instagram account where people post what they're too afraid to post on their real account.
Oh, you put that
Hey,
on my
Finsta.
Gmail?
Fake Instagram. Oh, fake Instagram. Yeah, are you going to end these Finsta accounts? Are you going to stop all these fake Instagram accounts posting BT prizes? Yeah, send your butt to
Considering you
see
made a
here
whole
with
dark
double
web
money,
for
you
me.
sucker. Insta, a fake Instagram account. The one can post wretched pictures without persecution from
Did you
some
see this morning
jobs
the fake
or a society as a
psyop in the
whole.
tunnel?
Yeah, that's like slang from 2015, 2016. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm from the future.
Somebody back in those days just won a bunch of fucking internet points. Just gonna say right now. They'll be like, dude, wait, you just wait one fucking day. They're gonna be in a fucking hearing in Congress and somebody's gonna say Finsta. And then that person's gonna be like, ah!
No,
I mean, it's just like me when I hear people talking about QAnon.
It's
and I'm
found to be
like,
insane. Just like Republican, Democrat, liberal,
Anyways.
conservative.
Yeah,
The Northeast, Southwest,
I
the
barely get any
curses.
traffic on my real account. Why the fuck would I have a fake Instagram account? That's like so stupid. Dude.
Well, because you're a dork
Are you fucking?
and a dweeb and a
Man.
Dilbert.
It doesn't make any.
Just basically a
sense.
douchebag of
It
yeast.
doesn't make any sense. Dude. And I don't like it. This seems shady.
I don't
It's like a
like
shady,
being
shady
gang
situation.
stalked by a legion.
And you know what? I got a shady situation for you.
You're not Slim
You're
Shady
gonna love
for
this.
sure.
No, you're gonna hate it. This is a
I don't hate anything.
crazy story.
That really
18-year-old
bugs you,
shot
don't
by
it?
Long Beach school officer is brain dead, family says.
So is the lobotomy boy.
What?
For justice here at the corner of Pasadena and 7th Street outside of Long Beach Memorial.
Those are
Medical
called
Center.
voice
See some of the
actors.
friends and family still here on the corner next to me. Attorneys telling us tonight that the family has been informed that they have less than 24 hours before the young mother is taken off life support. On Monday, Rodriguez was shot by a Long Beach Unified School safety officer after a fight between Mona and another girl. In
You
the
know what that
video,
means?
Mona is in the passenger seat of the car, and as it took off away
It's the
from the
same thing
officer,
with
he
the
shot into the vehicle, striking her in the
other
head.
psyop
According to police, she was
standing
Since
on
Monday,
the neck.
Rodriguez has been in the ICU, and according to family, they've been
Cut
told
the
that she's
oxygen off
brain
to
dead
the
and
old
will be taken
noggin.
off life support in the next 24 hours. A decision the family does not agree with. Her
It's all
brother,
about the
Oscar
life
Rodriguez,
insurance
saying the
policy,
decision
though,
should be
isn't it?
left today.
They're trying to take my sister away, and at first they had told me that I would be able to make the decision, and now they're taking that.
Now they're taking it from me.
Shit happens in the Matrix.
The world's a
Real
crazy place. This is
consequences.
probably the craziest story that I've heard of. A Long Beach school safety officer shot some chick in the head, unarmed, all that other stuff. Just sitting there in the car. There's a fight
Minding his
happening.
own
Car's trying to
business.
drive away.
And
School
a
safety
gender reveal
officer, right?
party.
Like safety police officer, like pulled out his gun, like got
Oh, the Terminator.
in the car, and that was a 5-month-old's mother that was murdered by those god awful police.
You know how they do in a cartoon. Quack, quack,
just
quack, quack,
I can already hear it, bro. I can I'm
quack,
waiting
quack,
for the
quack, quack.
Antifas to start gathering up all their black hoodies and shit, and then but dusting off all their crazy looking shields and stuff, getting
Quack,
on
quack.
flights across the country or whatever to start doing some stuff about this. I mean, I'm not going to ask the Black Lives Matter crew or whatever to come
This is
into
a
this one to say
bureaucracy.
anything about it, but I am going to say it's just crazy that these are the kinds of stories. And this isn't California, by the way. This isn't like a citizen shooting a person. This is a freaking
What's
school
crazy is a
police
global
officer
conspiracy.
who's apparently armed and apparently shooting motherfuckers in the face. Yeah, in the head. Shot her in the head. What an unlucky situation.
Isn't that
It just
projection?
makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense to me. It makes me wonder about the future of our blue rock here, or our beautiful nation.
Blue
Our
rock.
beautiful nation is literally under fire every single
Is that a
day.
gallstone from
And
blue
It
chicken?
may be something as small as that can just set off the power plant. You never know. You never know. But there's stories out there that are always making me wonder, like the U.S. Marine who was pictured saving the baby at the Kabul airport. Yeah, you remember that guy?
I think he said
The
the Copacabana
people were setting
with
up the
kid.
baby, and he grabs the baby and pulls it over the railing, and then I guess they got
It's
that
Michael
baby out of the
Jackson.
country or whatever without the parents. I'm not sure exactly how all
See,
that
they
shit
just
works, but
repeat,
yeah, because
recycle.
that U.S. Marine decided to go make an appearance at a Donald Trump rally, because apparently he's a fan of the good old Trumpinator, under this administration, any fandom or love for the Trump basically will get you thrown right in the fucking gulag or whatever. Now the dude's under investigation. Wait, were you working
No,
with
Chandler
Donald Trump?
called it
Is this in some way
Commonwealth.
supposed to be
It's really
taking
the
down
death
our
cult.
democracy? We live in a constitutional republic. oh no, he's a fucking terrorist. But yes, that poor guy, the iconic moment during the Afghan withdrawal, the disastrous.
You mean
Afghan
Channer
withdrawal.
and
It's
Trump?
always a disastrous Afghan.
I know.
That's the way that it should always be. The
I
dog,
know,
disastrous Afghan withdrawal. Sorry, music creators, but we're taking that. It's unbelievable.
What,
Why did
copyright-free
Lance
classical
Corporal
music?
Hunter Clark, one of the 6,000
You mean
troops
Mad
stationed, and why
Hunter.
is he all of a sudden getting investigated? 'Cause he
Anybody
killed some
you
kid
call
over there?
Hunter
What'd they
is
do with
Mad
that
Hunter.
kid? Where's the kid at now? He didn't end up in some sex trafficking ring on Facebook or some shit like that we might have to talk about later. Do we? I don't know.
Oh, where you
But
guys trap
It's like
people
any
and
type of
sodomize them?
closeness to anything
Yeah, it's
related
bad.
to, I guess, that old administration is really, really getting you in a bad way, if you know what I mean. You might want to stay away. You might want to stay
You might
away
want to
before
quit
you get
making threats
busted.
every day on public,
You don't
viral, digital
want
lines.
to get busted. You don't want to get busted now, do you?
When you assume you make an ass of you and your
Realism.
friends. How's it hanging there, faggo? You dragging a turd or what?
Oh,
This has been really uplifting. Thank you.
imagine that you get
He
honored by
sounds
an
like
ex-president,
somebody's
and then
romance.
you get investigated.
Little sigh there.
Yeah. What's your connection to the Trump family? You ever sent donations? What do you know about Russia? You got any family in
no.
Russia?
Fake crowdsourcing y'all did?
Is that how it went, you think? You know, like, I don't know. I was just asking questions.
Well, I've said, but you
Just
guys
asking
deny
questions.
me.
Asking questions. At least the freedom
You think I'm a ghost?
The soldier was a resident of Georgia where the rally took place. He just showed up, got honored by Trump.
Was
And
it Glasscock County?
Okay.
It's a real place in
So
Georgia.
that's just like kind of like what they were doing to him. I mean, I thought that
mocking
fascism
him?
wasn't free,
Yeah.
but you know, I guess it is free now. It's free during the Biden administration every little time, And you know, he's not the only person in the
Are
military
you
that's having troubles.
SKMI and you did
There
the
was
2
a
terabyte
dozen
dump?
lawmakers that demanded the release of the
You're
Marine
a
Lieutenant
crush on
Colonel for
Elvis.
pretrial confinement after he
Are
made
you a
all the
retard
videos
that's
that
been
all those
locked
people
away
liked or
like
whatever.
flowers in the
Lieutenant
attic?
Colonel Stuart Scheller. Yeah, I remember good old Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller. Well, he's a little too stuck in the prison
I
too.
think
Guys
you mean
like
Shell
Republican from Texas, Mr. Louisville Mayor, are coming forward and being all like, "We need to get this guy out of
I just
here.
heard Karen
He should
Richardson.
not be in this
Karen
prison.
R.
This is
Richardson.
a politicalized thing, and I just don't
No,
think
it's
he
a
should be in
religious
there.
ritual.
It's all a matter of confidence
called
and
democide.
shit." So you could think it is
Death
what
by
it is,
church
but there was like a
and
letter
government.
and shit that him and a bunch of different
You
people
love
had
church.
signed.
You're an
that
altar
were
boy,
like, "Hey,
aren't you?
dude, the purpose of this letter is to request an expedited review and removal of LTC Schiller from pretrial confinement." Yeah, 15-year veteran. Who cares if you're a 15-year
You
veteran
toss the
anymore?
wafers and the
You can just
wine.
get thrown into gulag. And remember, the military gulag a whole lot different than the civilian gulag.
He said the AWOL
Them
bread.
military gulags are much more crazy. They're much crazier.
Well, he married
And the rules are
Unirock,
all
and
different.
Unirock
Like
is,
UCMJ, that shit is
is the
nuts
military
or
ending
whatever.
his
You don't want to
horse.
get caught up in that being a person that belongs to the United States
The
of America
fagos
or
got
whatever.
flat feet. They
He
wouldn't
won't
let
be
him
a
in.
part of that. Ew, shit, somebody. You know, you gotta
Plus,
think.
he has
The
no
world's such a crazy
optical,
place. You know, if you're in the
side
military, you're getting mandated to do shit every day. So if you don't take that vax like you're mandated to, like you're kind of just like, you know, not doing your job or whatever, I guess. I don't know. At the end of the day, they can do all that they want, but like, what the hell is their fucking problem? What they expect is going to happen? You're not going to get
You
thrown
know
in the
the
jail,
weakest
and
member of
they're
your
just going to get a
team
special
defines
treatment
you.
or whatever because it's political
That's
or
why I don't
something like
have
that.
like
No,
any of you
that
guys
doesn't
really
happen
as a
for
team.
the little
You act
people.
like
It only
that
happens
you're
for the big
employees.
people.
It's
We
stupid.
saved that for them. Fucking remember that shit. Whatever. Speaking of big people, there's still one guy who's totally fucking missing. He's totally fucking missing. He probably definitely murdered his girlfriend. It's a real sad story that the internet
It's all
has just
about
been,
Zach and Chelsea,
like
isn't
fucking
it?
on about for a couple of weeks now.
The old
But this
Desiree
dude,
Desire
the
mode.
TV bounty hunter, Dog the Bounty Hunter, 65 or some shit like that, still looks fucking yoked and shit. He's on the fucking case, man, and he's getting big. I'm telling you, he's getting big leads. Big motherfucking leads. Y'all don't even know, dude. The biggest lead yet in Brian's case. They're finding active campsites. Check
Just
this shit
don't
out.
marry
I
him.
shit you not. Right there. Look at that. Dr. Bunny Hop found a fresh campsite in his search for Brian Laundrie. And check this
I think
shit
he
out,
said
dude.
the dead
They found a
bodies.
can of Monster Energy Gold, baby. Brian Laundrie's favorite drink, according to his friends. He can be seen pictured drinking this specific
The
drink
Silk Road Sling.
like he likes it or something. Almost seems like they're hot on his trail. They're going to be catching this guy very fucking soon. Or, wait, actually, nobody's
It's all
actually
funny,
seen any
isn't it?
pictures of Brian Laundrie holding a gold Monster can whatsoever. I looked at his whole Instagram, seen all this stuff. I never even seen that cat touch an energy drink. Do you really think that some, outdoorsman guy would be carrying around a can of sugar juice like that, man? Fuck no. So, I mean, I'm
Only the
not
nose
really
knows.
too, hopeful right now for the FBI or the other cops finding this dude, because obviously they're not going to find this fucking dude. But
Hey, I'm not letting.
it's
I don't
really
even
funny
know.
that the biggest information that we got
Okay.
from
I'm not
this
going
whole
to
entire
get the
scene was that
democracy.
they found a can of fucking Red Bull.
I took
Dog
a
Bounty Hunter. They got their Red Bull. They found the Red Bull. That dog that they're using to hunt him down. That shit's fucking working.
Well, I removed
They're
them
like, look, we found this fucking can of fucking Red Bull. Oh,
You didn't
Yeah.
get
we ruined the plan. See, like CV says, because now you fucking
Children.
before they came in.
How can you remove them when they come in?
Because when I have an option, because I'm
It is in me. If I had common sense, I would have gave up a long time ago.
Okay.
But I'm just determined now to be
It is
you know
not
what?
monster.
And someone tried to porn bomb me with
It
German
is what it
lady,
is.
Kim
John
Fisher,
Solomon,
Kim,
Lord,
and Lolly
National
Dolly.
Survey on Swing Voters.
Oh, actually, it was Lally Funny. I'm standing there.
National Survey of Swing Voters.
And I got rid of all four.
Well, I think listen.
She's not doing very good. But she's in a lot of boiling. The water's boiling.
It's
good to see you, Mr. Jerry, sir.
She claims she doesn't.
So
She's not a
TikTok
part of the
music
fuckery,
is
but she
on,
is. When you're sitting on the
Fango.
free market capitalism.
about deaf kids,
Oh, yeah.
you know that shit's not cool.
Yeah.
Very dare you love it. And
That's not
giggles
cool.
about it. Giggles about it. What the hell?
Yeah. I heard it.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
Twice.
I don't go over there no more. I don't
Wow.
No, either do I. I don't
No.
I don't know who the fuck they're testing or whatever.
I am sucked. I'm not.
When you're gonna laugh about someone's kid,
Don't you see?
Yeah.
You're good with the
That's
program
dead.
before you get
That's
lost.
not fucking with you. That
U.S.
child's not
military
fucking with you.
deaths by suicide
Right.
last year, 508. U.S. military deaths by COVID, 58.
All she does.
Pentagon.
All she does is drag people.
It's just
That's all they know
simple
how to do is
information for
drag,
you to
drag, drag.
digest or whatever.
Who's that, Joey
So,
Joe?
after we finish fighting this COVID battle, we gotta fight the suicide monster. Gosh,
Correct.
that suicide monster's an asshole.
Tag
Maybe
team
we just
force
took
to
care
get
of
my
our
jib
vets.
jab
We wouldn't be having,
in the
suicides
jack.
or whatever.
I agree too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Big fat
Those
Greek
polarized
sausage
fights, we
just
look at it.
is rotten.
How many people did we lose this year?
Yep, that's
The
true.
military.
I'm done.
I don't know.
Oh,
But I don't know. And
And
since we
it's
just
like,
put up
you
a
know,
Hold on
video
one
for
second,
John
is that
Solomon,
you,
I'll
Joe,
put
there?
this other video for John Solomon. Because I think the videos.
No,
It's like YouTube.
there's no way.
They,
Ana Sophia, here with your
She was gonna
testimonies
talk.
now.
Oh,
The U.S. Senate passed a measure to fund the government through December 1st, thereby avoiding the
yes, you know,
shutdown that is set to
pesticide.
occur.
Yeah.
No more shutdown. We're not getting shut down. Fuck yeah.
We've been closed for years.
It's really good to see you guys. I mean,
Oh,
you just don't know. I
super
mean,
Switching
I'm
gears,
just
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi
You
said
guys
that
are
her Democrat majority
for the
leaders
shit.
proceeded with a vote on
Hey,
the
Boo, did you
bipartisan
take some for your
$1
team?
billion Senate
Everybody.
Yeah.
You're still gonna vote that shit?
vote. I
Sit
do
back
not
and
plan on not
sit back
Oh my
and
fucking god! Look at Skeletor.
positive way for
What
California.
it was
We're on a path to
like
win
a
vote,
2 hour
and I don't
drive.
want to even consider any options other than that.
And just really
Pelosi's confidence comes amid internal fighting within the Democratic Party between progressives and moderates regarding the bill's passage. A vote is not
Does it-
expected until at
You
least
think
late
that's gonna
Thursday.
pass?
And finally, Corey Lewandowski, longtime political advisor to former
I
President
like her
Donald
girl's
Trump,
hair, but
is
she's got
out
like
as
a weird
chairman of
talent
the
on
Pro
the
Trump
back of her
MAGA
head, so
Action
the
Pact
side says
after a
it.
Trump
The
political
other side,
donor accused him of making unwanted sexual advances at a Las Vegas charity dinner on Sunday. Trump's director of communications, Taylor Midwich, said Lewandowski.
Yeah, they always got a token in there to play victim.
And that's a wrap for today's Just the News Now. To find latest headlines, visit justthenews.com.
I've been sexually harassed more than any of these bitches.
What's up, Squeaky?
We're live.
Hi, Squeaky Lunchy. What are you doing, Daddy? I have another chicken wing. Yeah, you want another chicken wing? Oh, these are my chicken. Oh, hi. Lunchy wanted to come say hello. Hello, my beautiful little llamas. How are you doing? What are you up to? You want us to come say hi? What, are you trying to go outside? Should we outside? She didn't say she was outside. Oh, but
Did I ever mention that these corrupt entities have a mind virus and corrupt the energetic digital
You
airwaves
can't hear through my ears.
as above, so below, you know?
I think I'm gonna go.
Anyways, yeah.
That'd be nice.
I love my
mean,
puppy.
I smoke, man. I smoke too much. So if I get started,
It's all mental work. Don't let it get to you.
Anyways,
Mentally.
yeah, return down to
Mental
our regular
gymnastics.
programming.
Paralymph.
Senior Al Qaeda leader killed in a drone strike in Syria. Holy shit!
Because it's the munchies that's fun.
Joe Biden, you fucking did something.
You know
Well,
those
technically, it was the
munchies.
U.S. military that
It's
did it,
all
but
about
they
what?
busted some
Pork
motherfuckers from Al
chops and
Qaeda in the
applesauce.
transnational region.
Yeah, I can do
Al
that.
Qaeda's
I can
back,
do
dude. They
imitation.
be using them bombers, the MQ-B-1 Predators, be dropping
Yeah,
Hellfire
it sounds
missiles
just
on
like Peter
motherfuckers.
Brady.
Hell yeah, America. Yeah, you guys thought that shit was all crazy when Donald Trump was a thing. We
I
didn't
think
get
he
a
said
single
he's
war.
a
There
chitlin.
wasn't any there was nothing, man. They had a couple secret operations during Trump's stuff. He didn't do no wars. He wasn't out there blowing shit up and shit. He wasn't trying to do any of that crap. Hell nah. He was like, he did none of it. He was about it. But Joe Biden, he's like, you remember when we were doing that shit with Obama?
Yeah.
We were just sitting in the war room, and then we would just point. We would throw darts at the different ones, and be like, all right, let's bomb that one next. Joe, this is fucking fun, Joe. I don't know. We just gotta, you know what I mean? That's like the way they were doing it, dude.
Yeah.
They were doing it, dude. They were doing it, dude.
I'm gonna go down it. I decided it's
You're not
just
the
too
only
much money. The amount of money out
I
there,
paid $12,000 a year.
it's ridiculous. What?
It's about
Yeah, that news get you wrestling your jimmies. Yeah, dude, you wrestling in the gymmers.
What the hell are you
Huh?
smoking?
Patenting vaccines.
No, that's just an average.
Yeah, dude.
It's an average.
I've never murdered children like Biden. That's right.
Think about
Biden
it.
definitely got a couple little bloods and little children's on his hands.
It's
10
almost
to 12.
Yes, sir.
10,
Yes, sir.
10,
He's becoming a regular Hillary Clinton, if you know what I mean. This little Benghazi is little Benghazi. Or baby, go either way. They're both funny.
I used to smoke.
I
John
think these
Durham.
possessed
Remember Durham?
individuals drain the
That's
cuff
You guys
of
remember
any
Durham? Like I was telling
left
everybody,
of
we gotta get
life.
some dude that looks hard as fuck, like the Punisher or whatever first. And then like that guy's like a play, and then we throw up another guy who
I
just
think
sits
this
there
is
and
a
doesn't
horror
do
movie for
anything.
Catholicism.
Whatever, it looks like a bulldog. And then we have this other guy that nobody was watching the other time trying to come out from the back end of the next administration and start fucking people. But
This
yeah,
is
Special
worshiping
Counsel
the
Don
blood
Turner
cult,
recently issued a new
demanding these blood sacrifices.
inquiry about the FBI's investigation of the Russian
They said they'd never forget. And Jesus' blood was going to cure all that. Remember? Kind of like COVID.
In September of 2016, in which he gave FBI agents data that claimed to show links between the Trump organization and Alpha Bank in Russia. Because, as we all know, from the beginning, any information that said Trump was connected to Alpha Bank in Russia, there was Trump-Russia collusion, all that shit, that was all built up, completely 100% fabricated, bullshit. And, you know, like on the Truthometer, it was like worded, but you know, on the fact check sites, there were
Truthometer. That's funny shit.
But yeah,
Toyota in Afghanistan.
I bet there is.
Don't drive a white one, it says.
Suburb Perkins Coy. Hey, Perkins Coy. Remember those guys? What's up, motherfuckers?
Uh-oh, it's the funeral march by Mr. Chop Up Chopin.
The best lawyers in the world
Chopin.
Well, I'm doing
Chopping
something right now.
broccoli.
Probably figure out
You know, what's all in a word? That's why they twist them.
Anyways, how did it feel? Anyways, yeah, apparently those same guys.
All right, let's
Or,
focus. It's very
having
solemn.
some trouble now. They're getting subpoenaed by the
Hang
government.
on, all you
Oh
weasels.
boy. It's like somebody knew I was up and like,
You know, weasel, don't you,
fucking said
sausage?
some shit or something.
Shit, you can't even get my call in
It's like
Massachusetts.
some people were looking for some Disney or something.
Oh, really? Did they have that
This
day
is
out
weird,
there?
man. He's weird.
Yeah,
But
they
it's
tacked it
Coy,
on to
which
the
presented
big
the
bill.
Clinton
They're talking
campaign
about
and the
asbestos.
Democratic National Committee back in 2016. Hey, did somebody die back then too? I don't know. I remember somebody related to the committee, DNC or whatever, dying back then. I think his name might have been Seth Bitch or something
You know
like
the
that.
halls
I
of
can't remember.
Congress are empty.
Yeah.
I know, I love
The firm also hired the research company that hired former British intelligence agent
Paul
Christopher
McCartney.
Steele on behalf of the Clinton campaign.
Yeah,
A lawyer for Perkins Coy explained to Congress
Sir Elton
in a
John?
statement. Sussman's legal team characterized its client's indictment as a political smear. This is just a political smear, nothing more. I have nothing more to say. I
Yeah, I
plead the fifth.
appreciate you.
Former prosecutor Ken White, now a Los
How can you
Angeles-based
talk
white collar
illegal
defense
shit
attorney,
all
questioned
night
during
long?
Ferguson
Plead the
this
fifth.
week.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an
Longer, more
oxymoron
detailed
for
indictment that
idiots.
included allegations of the suspected political motivations and alleged conduct of people who have not been
What do you
charged.
think he speaks
Always
well?
take it away.
Uh-oh.
They
There's
were
Henry
very
Truffle.
basically making a case for this being material. So this charitable interpretation is
She
this
got
is just
many
what he's going
disincarnate
to do,
spirits.
basically making his pitch for former President Donald Trump. as the victim. Yeah, we're gonna make a pitch that Trump was the victim of years and years and years of fucking lies in the media.
Oh,
Say it, Spider. Say goodnight to G then.
what?
Here's my-
That's the
Yeah,
child they
apparently,
sacrifice
you know,
listening to this film.
They don't want to put Donald Trump as the victim.
I apologize, you
Donald
guys.
Trump was not the victim. Hillary Clinton was the victim. She had this whole thing wrapped the fuck up, and then out of nowhere,
You love
Trumpinator just coming in like Kool-Aid man, like, oh yeah, and then you know she got robbed and shit.
So Robin Eagle's song or Sunshine on Sophia is Hillary. Which one? Cough it up, cacti.
That would be like some Superman
We'll call y'all
apologizing to
cacti.
Lex Luthor after Lex Luthor
After
shot him.
David Wilcock.
Because Superman was doing some bad shit.
Spider's not a zombie.
I don't know.
Put that out.
It's just like
Out there, right?
crazy or whatever. This is crazy because it's all getting unraveled. And I remember when they had a
Yeah, well,
special
we've called him that
prosecutor,
since
they were
before. I
like,
don't know where it
"Ooh,
came
we
from."
love
You
it."
remember Jim Jones in Johannesburg or
Yeah,
whatever. This was like
we don't
their
like it.
international version.
We don't like him So, yeah, we're just gonna say that there's some things that
Sing it,
were
Amy, sing it,
bad,
girl.
it was just happening,
Oh,
it's
spend it.
whatever.
Movie box in
Whatever.
there.
Junk down. Bill
Yeah,
signed HR 5305.
I'm glad.
On Thursday,
James,
September
you're
30th, 2021, the president signed into law
Yeah.
HR 3505, the extending government funding and delivering
Hi, Miss
assistance
Terry. How
act,
you
which
doing?
includes a short-term continuing resolution
mad
that
at me, but I
provides the
let
fiscal year 2020
No, dude.
appropriate or 2022 appropriations for the federal
I
agencies
said
through
go
December
to go
3rd,
to
2021 for continuing projects and
I don't want nothing
activities
to do with
of the federal government.
Do you know,
including
Mark? Let me tell y'all,
supplemental
y'all
disaster
gonna laugh.
relief and including
I did a little bit of a rage
supplemental
last
appropriation
night. I went to
Yes,
Camillo's
then.
Stream
and
and I
extends
went to
several
Louisa's
expiring authorizations.
today,
Thank you
and
to
I have
Chairman
almost
Patrick
200
Leahy,
people blocked, and I
Chairman,
haven't
Vice
never
Chairman, Richard
Ever.
Shelby,
Yeah,
Chairman
can I make it
Martha
right?
Navarro, and Ranking Member Kate Granger for their lead.
Because you pretend to be me and imitate everything I do.
I love them stopgap measures,
did.
right? I love how they
I did.
stopgap them there. Gotta
And it
love how
continued
they
this morning.
stopgap with them measures,
I'm
right?
sure probably 3
Hey, man, you're right. We'll be able to spend some money still. We'll still be able to spend money, guys. We'll still be able to spend money.
As much hog maws as you eat, Tubby,
Yeah.
Or at least a little bit of butter. Remember, that's all that money.
you'll need a lot of those gas cards.
Take care.
You ever hear of chicken HPV?
What's this? The next stage of the review by
No,
Arizona's
they
attorney
keep those.
general, look at the illegally cast votes totaling an unbelievable 57,734 ballots.
Oh, this is that song. Do, 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 do. You think Amadeus Mozart was a little wackadoo.
He come back.
This just in. The S&P dropped 4.8%.
You know, this is like a
First monthly loss since
Vagisil
January,
commercial
the
for
biggest drop
vampires.
since
I mean, it's
the start
awful.
of the pandemic. Oh boy,
I don't know.
that doesn't seem to be a problem as long as it starts going back up again, right? Everything's gonna be okay. But that is weird that it's the first time that it's dropped since the pandemic. Since the pandemic pretty much shut everything down. We're gonna have more drops than it should have. But for some
The
reason,
stench
yeah,
precedes
they pay
them.
all that money, you know, their companies pay all this shit.
Yes,
so-
sir. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. I mean,
Meanwhile,
I'm just.
San Francisco traffic protesters
Instead of viral, y'all are
every
fungal.
Democrats
Yeah.
supported for undocumented immigrants.
I don't want to affect the team. Evil egg. I said I block the mofos because they're gross and disgusting people. I'm not trying to change nobody. So therefore,
Denver's always everything seems to be really good. Yo, check this out. Look at this line. This is the line for iPhones outside of France. You got all these fucking people trying to get iPhones. This is crazy. $1,000 iPhones. Everybody's trying to tell me there's a pandemic. Look at all these motherfuckers lining up for. Oh wait a minute, they're not lining up for iPhones. They're lining up for food at the food bank. Something that I gotta do myself because it could be helpful. You gotta think about all this. Food line. Yeah, dude, I think
Oh
they-
no, it's the Up to Them caravan.
Sure, they're just getting us ready for something. I'm sure they're gonna get us ready for something. And now it looks a lot like that Australian food line there.
This is a great song.
That we saw a couple days ago.
Last Tornadoes from
shit.
Carmen.
The one here in my hometown, 'cause I
Last Tornado. No, it's
I see it
Bizette.
sometimes when I drive into work. And I'm all like looking at that.
You know,
and
to
I'm
your
like,
own
shit,
self
man,
be true. This is from Gilligan's
I
Island.
was gonna be me soon. And then, you know, you see the folks like out there, it's like, damn, son.
Think twice or take this good advice from me. You're a big dummy.
This has never made any sense. Take executive one, Roger Duffy has an extensive relationship
To thine own self be true, unless you're a liar. And then you be smited.
Early R&B researchers have defined courses around the
Remember when they teased Gilligan about the Chinese guy that didn't know the war was over? The war never ended. That's funny, isn't it?
People died. The government
You're
didn't
the
get
Walking
shut down,
Dead zombie town.
It kind of feels like it should have gotten shut down
Well, we're trying to
a little bit.
round you
A
buggers
lot
up.
of it. Does anybody shut anything down?
You understand it?
Shut down?
You're above that.
I don't know, dude.
So
I don't
now
know.
what?
I wanted to show you
It's
some
my
pictures of
rules. I get to
Britney
live by
Spears or
my rules.
whatever because ain't nobody shut her down anymore. She's not
But
under
when they
defense anymore.
offend
So I feel like these are too racist
me
for your
and
little
others,
eyeballs. Y'all can't
like
see see a
myself,
free Britney like this. or
then you're
whatever.
not allowed.
It's like
This is she spotlighted.
a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much, man. A little too much if you think about it. But
You know, we're in the
Instagram
private
account, y'all like,
Discord of the dark web.
Hi, Dan. Hi.
What the fuck?
Hello.
Britney Spears is free.
Here's your long lost sister.
It feels like ironic. It feels like ironic. Mm-hmm.
What's
It
up?
feels ironic. The September effect is not limited
Yes.
to U.S. stock, but
Yes,
also
yes.
associated with most worldwide markets. Some analysts consider the negative effect on the market is attributable to
They'd have to ask G, but I'm pretty sure he'd be fine with it.
exchange a portfolio.
Okay, I won't say
Sure. Oh,
Yeah, that would be it.
These bitches are like those fools that need a birthday month.
way down, and then you go.
They have their 15 minutes of debauchery over and over and over. They call it virtual reality. Or I mean, what do they call it? Reality TV. Reality check. Reality check TV. That's it.
Same.
Evil Abe, it was just me filling airtime. Okay? Got it? Okay. Yeah.
He ate Frankie Valley. God help us.
That's why I didn't say anything. You know, I can't see something.
You know them fat blobs are always eating our performance.
Jesus Christ, just for California? That's
I'm
crazy,
sick of
man.
people thinking I give a goddamn
best
about
week.
anything.
This
and what
pirate
goddamn
They
thing.
loved it,
I
Gigi.
run my own
Used to have a
life.
4-bedroom house in Arizona for $1,200.
I don't
That
come
was
in
too
y'all
much.
side chat messing with
So
you.
you
I
could
stick
think
right here at home
that-
base. So why
Living
would
Lying
you
ass.
go
Giving your money to somebody that's
She a
just spent it
human
on
server
whatever
for the
is
World
probably
Wide
better.
Web.
At least I know who my money's going to. You're welcome,
You're
Sheree.
the distortion on the party line.
You're receiving this email because you currently have a spouse or domestic partner as a dependent on your 2021 Oshner benefits plan to ensure you have additional plan time for 2022 benefits on super sharing monthly exchange.
Yeah, they're like those Democratic ballots they force on you.
Oshner is implementing a new spousal COVID vaccine.
You know how many times the Bushes have sent that notice? I think drunks just need it.
Our medical plans in 2022. And
You're not gonna have any
unpaid
medical
vacation
insurance.
being $100
You gotta be stupid.
My birthday's in November.
You want the government to take care of you because you're fat and use bad practices in your personal habits? Oh, hell no. Smash that button. They eat up all the hog maws, all the chitlins, drink all the Ripple.
Sit up here like I didn't acknowledge it. It ever happened.
Y'all are
Way,
illegal.
Cider House organizations
Go where
such
I
as
want.
Mount
Be friends
St.
with who I
Vincent
want. Do whatever.
and Our Lady of the Lake
Ah,
are
period.
houses in Mexico
What the
Park.
hell? I can't even see side chat.
Oh, you're on your rusty period? Well, pardon us.
Actually, Wendy, I don't run home base. She runs me, don't you know?
That's pretty
Haven't you
insane,
heard?
son.
She's on a 2-hour.
If
I
your
never
spouse
said
is on your
that.
insurance,
But
it's
yeah,
not
She
your
didn't get
jab.
the memo.
Those are your
G's on Satan's sabbatical. We all know.
That means if your insurance costs
Well,
you
everybody
somehow
that did
$32,
I think
you would have to pay $132.
Well, you're not saying, let me get going.
Love you guys. You take care.
I will vote.
Get the fuck out of
Take care,
Doge.
Wendy. Great to see ya.
Okay.
That's Dodge for the divas.
So what was he saying? Because like that was
Okay. Look, you would say, blah,
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, they got the dollar signs on at the Mango Hut.
I just don't even know about the road anymore.
At Canadian Bacon, email me. I'm at RO and Krumlin. What a crappy coat that ranch has got.
It makes zero sense that any of this stuff is happening.
No, this is what they call nuclear warfare.
Harris.
You're gonna get a knuckle sandwich.
Literally left field.
Not by me.
On Tuesday,
Oh, he'll be
Kamala
in
Harris
touch.
tells a student who accused
That sounds
Israel
like a threat.
and the U.S. of ethnic genocide, and that your
It's
truth
democide. Death by government.
Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, said that Israel is guilty of ethnic
Oh, the colorful
the same thing that
fake
happened in
dummy?
America. Harris told the student, "Your truth cannot be suppressed."
You know her old man had the vaccines. Oh, look, somebody's slandering Lauren Pratt. Lolly is a pedo.
What you're telling me is that the Israel people
Check Botter's community tab for a picture of Lolly in her backyard.
Who the fuck is that? Trying to at the Palestinians?
Wow.
That thing, is that what they did? I thought they were just stealing their land and shit.
Well, no, actually, Lauren was raped at
Your
a
truth
Clore
can't be
school.
suppressed. It must be heard. I mean, it just kind of seems.
Oh, but they won't let me click on it to report it. Oh, but they'll let me block it. Isn't that dirty? Lexi Lou, how you doing, honey? Who's being Botter?
I bring this up also because
Well, obviously all the branches are. That's why they say I'm an AI, because they made me a wrench. Pinned by G Mangos. HTTPS blow me sideways at the US2web.com.
We defunded the Iron Dome. What the fuck? What do you else you want? We're not giving them money for bombs anymore. So now their people are going to get genocided.
I think that the people have spoken very often.
3 wrenches and a fruit.
I feel like there's a you got this, Sophia?
I'm glad you're here. And again, this is about the fact that your voice, your perspective, your experience, your truth should not be suppressed.
Yeah, that's right. Your truth is being suppressed. You're right. I'm sure you're aware of this. Good job, Kamala Harris. Way to knock it out the park or whatever. You're a good girl, man. Good girl, Kamala.
You should be ashamed of
He's talking like she's a bitch. Get it, the old dog story.
And that's how you speak to a vet. You call him a goddamn fucking P-word.
I've never used the GD word.
Because it's a disgrace. But you call the man a P-word?
You Windex hoarder.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Shame on you, dude. I don't give
Would you put that shit in your foot?
Wherever the fuck it is they
old Greek
really.
spell book ingredient.
That's from voodoo, from me, and from the whole.
Put the Windex in the food.
You can do it.
Oh yeah, it's true. Spray it on the kids, shut them up.
See,
Where's
this
your
is what I
kid?
fucking tell you how it really
Seems like
goes.
he was just a year old last year. You don't never talk about him.
And he's not a confrontational man. He doesn't like.
He was just a
conflict. He doesn't
turd,
like-
right?
That's not who voodoo is. Hello, Fire Chick. Much love to you, honey. Hope you had a good Friday, honey. Golden Girls, love you,
What
man.
a retard.
Much love to you. Brother Max is true. You know, we have good people here. You know,
Going to be
that's
winning
why
the
I gotta- what's up, brother
2022
Blue? That's why I
Winter
gotta
Olympic
fucking
Games by
lock up
default.
the
So
goddamn
congratulations
business.
to China for all of your success.
People like you.
You guys won more medals than anybody. More medals than anybody. You guys literally just have to send your people out and then
Oh,
they
the
just sort of
iCloud.
perform,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
right.
it. They just have to be able to finish
Okay.
whatever it is their thing to do.
Am I right, brother?
Congratulations. Congratulations. I mean, with President Kamala Harris in the league, this is just going to be perfect.
Bush knows.
I mean, it's
Bush
great,
knows
dude.
we long
This is
to
great
live
for
in
China.
this goddamn
The
fucking
international Olympic
Evil
Committee
Abe
said that not
is the best friend of the
all
Dark
people
Knight.
allowed to attend are gonna be
Grab your
that
children.
live in China. So if you want to go to the games or whatever, 2022 for the winter or whatever, sorry, motherfucker, you gotta be Chinese or whatever. Or you
Dark
gotta
Knight
live in
must be a
China.
real
You gotta be
nice
Chinese.
guy.
You gotta live in motherfucking China, okay? So if you want to go,
Excuse you,
better start
schmuck.
planning now and shit. Because like,
Alright,
if not, you're not going. But I don't know what you're gonna go watch. You're not
What
gonna
kind
get
of
any
prejudiced son of a gun are you, skinhead?
You see a bunch of Chinese people fucking doing
EKKK or BMW?
I don't know.
I mean,
They're saying that they're only allowing people in China.
BLM.
I mean,
Are you a bowel
and
movement?
obviously, I'm being funny or whatever I can. They probably will for still gonna look at but you're not.
You calling his people?
People coming to
every
visit.
goddamn
So why do you think
day.
China's worried about people, other countries bringing in the
No, 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 no.
coronavirus or something like that? Is that what it is? Fucking China? Y'all are the ones that fucking put it out there,
You're like
you
a
sons of
fucking fish,
bitches.
man. You're like a fucking hero.
Damn.
That's what you are.
Seriously?
You're a fish.
Seriously?
You have a problem.
Everybody should just get the damn.
Serious.
Everybody should just get over it. Just get over it.
It was all just a joke, right?
I feel sorry for you. Fucking.
Could be worse.
You know, I really feel sorry.
Could be. Living in a dream world.
No,
Yo.
Y'all are fighting for a reality
Living in a dream world.
in the
Patience of a
nightmares.
failed Luddite.
hello,
A great
Miss
game
Elizabeth.
of smashing countries. How snake oil got a bad name.
I think that you're going to get away with talking.
An empire built on blood.
Nope.
Extinction Rebellion activists.
No,
Told
no.
you it's the blood cult.
14-day
I'm going to hammer your
protest.
ass.
Ever since BC.
Fuck you and fuck your RV boyfriend.
Worked.
Happy life.
Who the hell's dumb
Sure,
enough
it's
to
gonna get
have an
played over here.
RV and to live
I
in?
don't care about what happened with you and fucking Morris. I
Oh,
don't
it's a
need your
big,
fucking
big fake
lies.
story, I see.
All your bullshit.
Like your big fat Greek wedding.
We're all
cares.
being digitized.
I'm done with it. I did care. I
Oh,
wanted
it's
to know.
funny,
A lot of
sis.
people ask me, so I said that. I'll call it and see it.
That's all I have to say is that somebody's apparently digitizing the dream world or whatever so that you can just be able to
Digitizing you too.
control it and shit like that. I don't really think it's a good thing.
I'm gonna get your leader.
But imagine if somebody built a dream catcher that was digital. Digital dream catcher. And then that digital dream catcher was able to allow you to interface with your dream. What an interesting piece of technology would that be?
They have no
covering
shame.
out for your following David Icke, etc. Were basically just uploads of what was the predecessor to the podcast, the
Nice.
Internet radio show.
And
So it was the same
I'm
story.
sorry, I gotta-
2-hour-long
I must
podcast,
interrupt you.
And,
I gotta
Brett
interrupt
would
me.
bring it down
but,
into 10 or 15
Breaking
minutes.
news.
There
motherfucking
was an
Ice-T,
evolution on that channel, for
Posted the
sure.
videos is breaking.
Sometimes he would change up his style.
Okay,
It
Ice-T.
goes under the famous I
want
discovered
to set a
the
little
Button
more rest
video.
for you. I want to let you know something. Remember that? But fuck what I'm sure. You think
I'm sure I
fish.
remember
If not, it's the
They let you,
Sheba launch
they kind of
pad.
let you cut
That's
up
the official
I think that's Jiggy Hood's paranormal bullshit.
I edited videos that I was on.
Falcon 9.
Crazy stuff.
Okay.
And then we had a famous encounter where I was so
Yo, I'm
stoked that I
telling
was
all
gonna
you
finally meet
motherfuckers with
Brett.
your Falcon 9
It
shit
was
and
on
your
an
fucking
episode of the
cheap boy
Second
shit.
Vampire
Man, you
podcast.
dumb motherfuckers, put that
It
shit
was the
back in
first
the
one that I
fucking
was
dog
ever
quit
on.
and Bitcoin before you fuck
Me
yourself.
or Brett really kind of understood the context of what that
Since you were
podcast
already
was
fucking
about.
everybody
I was
before I
already-
rolled
That
in.
was back in the days of heavy drinking. So I'm
Do
stoked.
we have a
I think- I
translation
knew
for
that
whatever
there was
he
a
just
slight
said there? Because I don't
controversy,
fucking
brewing
understand
between you and
Ebonics or
Michael.
whatever the fuck that
I
was.
was aware of Michael's voice
Half of the shit that
generally,
half of these new
but
people that got
not
into
so
crypto
familiar
started
that I
yanking
thought
off
it was
about.
gonna
I'm
be
sick.
anything other than maybe a debate.
What?
You know, I didn't know it was going to
Have
be.
you ever been behind something and then, like, you know, gone
Yeah,
into the world
chant
and
or
watched people and see
commands
how
So
they
right
treat
before
that
we
thing?
start, the
And doesn't
Weird,
have
man.
the courage to speak the
the
name.
You're
podcast
psychologically
stream, whatever
broke
you
and
want to
we
call
all
it,
have to
happening.
deal
Talk
I
about
was there
putts.
BSing
But
with Doc Savage
I
and
don't know,
Mama
man.
Dino
Just think
and
that
Michael on the air, and they say, "Okay, Brett's here." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm finally going to meet Brett Bernhoff." And we start, and I'm able to say hello. And within moments of me saying hello, Michael starts like screaming at you, and the whole thing turns
I don't think
into
I could
this
ever.
incredible
I
egg
didn't
show.
think that I
You
could
said,
ever.
"I know it. I get it. You know, I'm a dead man here. You don't
Do it
like me."
again.
And then immediately left the stream.
don't
And
think
I was
could.
like, "Great." And
But
then
yeah, if
shortly
you're a
thereafter, you
cryptocurrency
made some personal
enthusiast,
videos about
you might have
you know,
heard
your
this
journey with,
today.
you know, exploring different things.
Somebody
And then
hacked
you
Coinbase,
pieced out.
Twist
I think there were
regulators,
times where
and
you came
pop
back. You're one of
this
those guys.
rewards.
There
Uh-oh.
are people that I
Hackers
stay
have stolen
subscribed to.
6,000
even though I
users
see it
from
go by.
Coinbase.
1 year, they haven't uploaded.
And
2 years
they
go
took
by, they
all
haven't
of their
uploaded.
money.
But I dare
And
not unsubscribe
it seems that
because
societals
at any moment,
are having some
the guy
problems
could come
because
back. You know,
somebody
now I'm
cracked
also another guy that's famous
6,000
for, like,
users
turning
from
off my
Coinbase
channel
using,
all the
I guess,
time.
like a fake
But I
link or
last like
something
2
like that
hours.
to get into
in
the
the last
accounts, and
2.5
then it had
years.
two-factor authentication,
So,
and they've got all
Well,
that
I
sweet.
think I saw you once or
sweet,
twice in a while.
sweet
Then I saw you
thing.
pop up
Why
in
do you say
live chat a
Shiba
couple
is
of
the way?
weeks ago.
Dodge was the
And
way.
then you
Fuck
started
Shiba.
this conversation. I started talking to people
That's some
about
like
you know,
discount
live about
bullshit.
just, you know, one-sided conversation
Discount
about the history,
bullshit.
what I remember,
But yes,
what kind of
Coinbase's
happened.
multi-factor
And,
authentication
Yeah,
got
and then
hacked.
we set up this
Users-
made plans to have
users
this
have lost
conversation, and
funds.
given the fact that I answer my
Somebody
email
did it.
like it's the
Somebody
Pony
did the
Express,
next
right?
to the
You send a
impossible.
letter out
Wait,
to
no,
me
this is
on-
the
in
next to the
winter in the
impossible. It's
hopes
like
that,
kind of
you know,
almost the same shit
you know,
that
dear
happened to
Benjamin,
fucking
I hope to see
Mount
my
Gox.
money
The only
in
thing is,
springtime. You know
back
what I
in the
mean?
day, they
And I
didn't
write
have the
back,
two-factor
"Well, thank you,
authentication.
it's
Now
done.
they have the
It's
two-factor
done.
authentication. But
It
looks like
we got it.
hackers were
We're
able
here
to
now.
leverage
We're
a
here now.
vulnerability in the Bitcoin's
Have this
exchange's
conversation take place. And
SMS
I'm also
recovery
stoked
system to
that there's
steal
going to be more Brett
basically
Bernhoff
user
content
accounts and then
on
vis-a-vis
YouTube. Currently, all
cryptocurrency
that's
from
up there
a
is that
number of
famous
accounts because some
crazy
people that were
podcast,
utilizing the
a
old
video
SMS
of
recovery system.
Michael
And as we've talked
talking
about
to him
before,
about, like,
cell phone
basically
two-factor
monologuing to him
authentication on your phone is very
and
secure
this
because all it
video
really
that you
takes
made
is
and
somebody,
you
I don't know, being able to plug your
goes
cell
last
phone. And
year
since most of the big super
regarding
hackers work for like crypto companies and shit like that's pretty easy to do
self-identified
that.
as liking
Or have a
transhumanism and
friend.
being, you know,
Anyways, the breach
said
of
some very
Coinbase
interesting
data
things about the
happened between March
exploration
and
of
May
it,
of
including
20.
I know there's a
And
And the
transhumanist
hacking
movement
Oh,
over there
campaign
at the
combined
moment.
phishing
Some
scams and
from
I
somebody
vulnerabilities
checks.
also,
to
got turned on
basically
to
get through
the
the security measures.
Right in your
That's
ears.
pretty fucking crazy.
Right
These
in
damn
your
6
gills.
million users, only 6,000 users is a very, very small fucking percentage. Nothing to scoff at, but
So,
this is like
there's
almost
the beginning.
exactly the same kind of shit
What
that
I'm
happened
missing
on
is
Twitter
that
when
at the
Twitter kept
beginning
on getting
of the
hacked through the
it's the
SMS
bookends
portals.
where
Like
this conversation
people
could
on
go.
Twitter got hacked
But I
and
think
posted
we're
Bitcoin
gonna have to rely on
messages.
you to provide the middle.
Or
Yeah, I got
Where
it.
what's going on.
I got my identity stolen.
Most of that stuff was being done.
I know I'm irrelevant.
And they said this incident for customers who use SMS texting for two-factor authentication. Basically, the third party took a flaw in Coinbase's SMS recovery process to order to basically receive those authentication tokens to their account. So basically, they were able to copy those phone number data and basically mirror whatever was being sent to that phone, utilizing stuff like stingrays and shit. So it makes a lot of fucking sense.
Hey, Randy's here.
This is like the same thing that keeps happening. That's why I keep telling if you're gonna use any type of authentication, if you want to make sure that you're not going to get
Come
hacked
on.
or whatever,
Bring
you
it.
gotta use some kind of 2FA
how they started, how
authentication,
it's
so
got to
you
be
don't
what
get
you're doing
fucked.
now.
Oh, they know
A lot
it's
of
me.
different point of view.
By that
They
shit.
know when you guys are fake
Simple
news.
podcast, psychic
Yeah.
vampire podcast.
Okay, one that
I
I
don't mind
recommend
how it's a good idea to go
people,
on psychic vampire.
it's really
But anyway,
good.
that's water under the bridge.
Even though it can still be busted,
Telling us,
just
I
like
gave a
every
little
other
nutshell. I
thing
talked
out
a
there.
little bit about the
Yeah.
keyboard that
Authy.
started. Is there anything that I'm
Like,
missing that
truly,
you think for context
Authy,
makes sense for
it
you to
allows
talk
you to
about?
I am the
where you
truth
were
and the
like,
way
it's
on
like one of the
YouTube
two
or the
factors
internet.
that you have it on your
I
phone
mean,
or your
I'm an
iPad
honest
or your other
person.
phone
I,
or your other
I'd like
phone
to
or your other
think I'm an
phone.
honest person,
So yeah,
especially in
Authy
Sure you're an
special
honest person.
circumstances. So I'll say that I was not.
AUTY.com.
I
See, imitate me again.
You can hold
like
all
this
your
is
little
good.
Authy things.
I needed
You know,
him
you
to
can
tell
transfer
me
it between your
that
accounts, got passwords and shit
don't-
like that.
Not literally.
Good shit.
I was
Use it.
headed towards.
But yeah, if you were
Yeah,
using
back to
that,
that
you
team
probably
viewer,
would
I
have got your
get you
fucking
everywhere.
base.
I'm very grateful that I did meet Michael. And I mean, I had a horrible time.
You Bitcoin.
Well, I to
Remember,
be honest with you, now that it's outside of the 2 years, I was
currency.
I was very, very
Bitcoin
nervous this
published in
year.
2017 in my article, The Virtual Economy.
And then after the door closed on that window of
I am
opportunity,
going to question the nature
nope,
of
so I'm fine.
blockchain.
So I can talk about that now, but I was in a pretty hardcore negative
It was odd.
position. in my
Bitcoin
life.
was built around the
Completely
SHA-256
in
tax
poverty.
structure created by the National Security
I
Agency,
was
and
an
that
alcoholic
the
myself.
entire concept was remarkably similar
Wasn't taking my
to
medications
what was
properly,
described in the Tennessee
and
white paper
I was
published
unstable
in
and looking for a
1986,
fight. And I found it
titled
real easy
How
with
to Make a
Michael.
Mint.
Um,
The crypto
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
you
regret
guys are
talking
over
to Michael because I
medicated.
got what I needed out of it, and that was him to basically tear me apart and cause me to go away. And it was after when I closed out that stream.
SHA-256
That was,
algorithm.
that
they
was
didn't
5
even
years
have
ago,
an actual
essentially.
paper
That
that
was
was
the
written
last
about
time.
Why do you think
the
people are
digital
terrified to
determinant
become
that was
hypochondriacs?
basically outlining, I don't know, what would be considered to be the future, where that
major
person right there
event
wasn't
in my
smart
life
enough to
that
make it
transformed
themselves,
me.
but they
I
figured
was,
somebody in the future would have the means or technology to do it, which
totally
is why they wrote it
terrified
down in the
of
first
what
place.
I
And then
was
this
Yeah, I'm from the
I'm very
future.
grateful that
forward to do it. Doesn't really seem to be
it gave me a chance to
too
reset.
difficult,
And
but then again,
in the
there's
5
that
years since that
angle where people
night,
yes,
I
Two
have
terabytes, two
NSA
legions,
created
tomato,
I went
tomato.
down a different journey of the spring of the year after, and it was computer programming. I taught myself to program computers and develop for the web. And my life is now that. I've taken on technology as sort of my bread and butter, and I could go into the details of the last 5 years or any details you want to talk about. But to summarize the whole last 5 years, it's been
payments, basically electronic cash protocols,
sacrificing everything to educate myself.
Wow, it's almost
Learn
like
how to program
these
computers,
people
get a
were
job,
actually
which I
working
finally
on
got 6
something,
months
and
ago.
then
I
some
got
smart
a
ass guy
life-changing
had
job.
some dumbass
All
kid in
you
his paper
computer
and go like, hey,
geniuses.
I really think that you can
And,
prosecute this or
Keep
whatever.
trying to
Like,
make
I don't
these
know.
apps you say are safe.
Creates
Life
an
is-
electronic
They're all
coin.
applications.
Dallas provided coin to a bank with the withdrawal request. The bank digitally signs
the last
the
5
blinded
years have
coin,
been-
and then the bank
I think
sells the
applications
coin.
are asinine.
I've got to do this or I'm going to fail for the rest of my life, period.
Basically makes
I'm
the
35
deposits.
now.
For lazy asses who are faking it till they make
All
it.
context of bank consents a coin.
It
Bank
was enough
verifies the
reason
bank's
for me
digital
to
signature.
get myself
Bank
up
verifies the
forward.
coin's not already been spent.
That's just
Bank
the
enters the
simplest way of
spent
saying
coin
it.
database.
Not only
Bank
can you
credit
fall
deposit
I hold
for
account
fires
zero
and
ill
law,
will to anyone on
Robin
my
Ellis.
podcast.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
who teased or ridiculed.
You're
I
talking
understand that.
about
So I have
stealing the
zero,
utilities.
That's
ill will
untraceable.
to anyone that
That's untraceable
might
electronically. But like, you know,
have
offline
done ill
payments,
to me in any way that I might have
You mean
perceived
without a
Allison
trace?
it's
Playing
unnecessary
crypto?
because I was-
Allison Wonderland, Allison Bob,
It's not sort of like a
are
it
you
was like
running?
Moses.
I guess so.
Yeah, so if we
It
could
kind of
explore
makes a
that,
whole lot of
that's
sense.
fascinating.
Yeah.
At the time that
It's literally
you did
this
yourself
is
simulations, I
kind of,
remember what the controversy was.
in a sense, a
Because
way,
there was something,
not a
Michael
very
was obviously
exactly
going
the same
off
way
track
that
with people
Bitcoin
and having
works,
this
but you know, it
physical
still talks about
psychic community
consensus and
targeting
everything else that would be
And
necessary in order to
memory
create
of this was
a
that
totally
you had done,
secure
whether it was
payment
organic
system,
or
and we know
honest
they
or whether
exist
it was some
already.
sort of performance art. I think
We
you
know they
did a
exist
video
already.
where you channeled
You
your
guys think
higher self or
almost a Bitcoin
something.
white paper published?
Things are wiped out of existence
The
all the
idea
I
is
put
time.
as much value
Look at
in
the
that
extinct
idea
animals.
as you would experience like that today as I did now.
Emailing
They're just
this
as
white
real
paper
as
style
they
with
are
Bitcoin
then.
and peer-to-peer.
Again, but you're right. I
Toshi Nakamoto.
I
Right.
connected with my
No.
I said some
But yeah, There's a lot of proposals that say
uninsightful,
that
derogatory
with
things.
all this, we're going to be moving
And I didn't
into
even know
what they're
that.
talking about.
I only had the
SDR
suspicion
based
through the same techniques that I
PX
channeled
41
into
and
consciousness
PX
in my
42.
videos. I
SDR
use
special
various
drawing
mechanisms
rights
of
currency.
consciousness in my
It's an
videos. I did the
international
same
reserve
thing.
asset created by the
And so
International
it wasn't new to me what I was doing,
Monetary Fund.
but my approach and my motivation were
The value
unworthy
of the
the
SDR is
activity
based
and
on
were
the five
definitely something I
I think this is a Weight Watchers ad.
I learned quite a bit.
Japanese yen and the British pound sterling. The SDR serves as a
No,
unit
but was
of
it yourself
account for
when
the
you
MI
went into the, and I think it's
and some other organizations internationally. The SDR is not a currency.
conversation.
Claim on the IMF,
On my
rather
channel
it's a pure
frequently,
collection
and
claim
I regard it as
usable
ritual
currencies
and
of the
performance
IMF
side, and the
members.
people that are
SDRs
talking
can
in
be
the channel
changed
community that are
SDR has been suggested as
understanding
a
and the people
global
that
currency
that
by
on the
Nobel
devil.
laureate
But when
Joseph
you did that channel,
Stiglitz,
did you
among
go and
others.
is it just is the note
So,
did the
yeah,
gnosis
it
come
seems
like
like
after the fact, suggested process to say
they
that you
want
got
to have
something out of it? Was
it
there
for
any point
themselves
prior
so they
to
can use it so they
the
can
psychic
put it in the
vampire,
process for
psychic
themselves. So they
vampirism
keep themselves
that you went
ahead
in
and
saying,
on
I'm
top and
going into
over
this
everyone
with
for
the
another
desire,
100,000
the
years or
desire
whatever.
was it after
No,
the
sorry,
fact that
another
you
couple of
realized
thousand years
that maybe
until
subconsciously
they all
you
rise
were
up and then we don't have
orchestrating
money
this.
anymore. And it's like Star Trek.
Okay,
That's a
It's
great
coming, y'all.
question.
these
Um,
psychic
Probably
vampires.
was minorly
I'll
on
bet
my
you
mind
they're
prior
vegans.
to
They're
it.
going to be coming out.
During the event,
IMF
there was a
coin.
moment when
It's all on the table, and you'll start seeing more of
I
it.
knew
coming
exactly
in
why I was there,
2022.
why I had attended, why I
Be
had been
ready.
so
And just
motivated to go
remember
on
that
to
if you are
Michael's
into
channel.
Ethereum,
It was in
never
that moment
forget
that I
this next
realized
little
I
video.
want to self-sabotage.
The guy sitting next to this guy
So much pain.
made a
I
point
don't
that's going to go
want
to $10,000.
do your thing. And he invited me on the show. And
Hey,
I
CCN
accepted. I had a
Melody
feeling it was a setup.
told
but I
me to
just-
stay away from it. Don't even worry about it, Sus.
That ulterior motive was true in the sense of it seemed to be.
You guys all got
It
suckered
happened the way it did. Even though it was
by a bunch of chinks.
You mentioned the fear of going away because you feared getting sued.
And
You
Yeah.
jungle
feared getting
bunnies.
sued because of the
That's the guy
because
that
of the
created
channeling my
Ethereum and
session over
everybody
the other
pouring
stuff
all
that
their
made me
money
think
into
you were
it.
gonna be
That
sued.
little
there
fucking
was other
feckless little
content that I
loser
had created that I thought might have
right
been-
there.
It was
Picking
light.
his nose.
It was not even
This guy right
his
here.
motivation was that person
Creator of
wanted to sue
Ethereum.
me. And they didn't. I haven't heard back from anyone of that concern in over 5 years. And the window of opportunity might
Hey, I got a
still
magic mirror I can
So
watch.
it's,
Hang on.
I can talk about that. Yeah.
So do you mind me asking? Because when I think of Brett Bernhoff, I don't think of
Scott's hair tonic.
When you start saying fear of getting sued, it's like one of two things. Either it was the Michael,
Hang on now.
or the Michael thing, the channel thing that you might have thought was libel.
Here I come, Illusive Man.
Of stuff. You mind me asking because it sounds like something else is done.
It was something different than Michael. It was. Do you remember the? I will just as politely as you describe it. As the lady that was present that night with the husband.
Okay.
Oh
my God, I got my mirror.
Here
we go.
Her, or to her, that was very popular. I think she's a professional of some sort. Her husband was a partner. Definitely spiritually mature. So definitely put two and two together as one salvation. And it was that those two individuals who I had said something.
Are you talking about Romeo?
Video that I uploaded that I took down immediately. That someone had captured the video and sent it to me. So they said they saw it when it was offline. That's the only possible way. And I do regret that video. Not because I could have explained to you that she's being directed by so much. I don't agree with that anymore. I don't make malicious content. Tens of millions of dollars to get these policies through to make sure that access is content.
I don't know, like I gave the answer. That's my personal knowledge. I need to
to police or anyone.
You need
Did
to
you
make
know
a
that?
public
I had
statement of
no
what
idea.
you're taking in.
No, right?
You guys are
I was
making
advised
malicious
by
comments
the
that when you smile and say you love everybody.
Correctional today release a public statement in which it will state it is investigating allegations made
I
about
remember
them
those
concerning
cats.
matters
He
relating
started off
to
with flat earth and my
Therefore,
understanding
it
is that
pains
they
me
had
to
a citrus
announce that I have
farm
no option but to resign from the office of
who knows
Premier.
at this point.
My
Maybe
resignation will take effect as soon as the New South
I
Wales
also remember they
Democratic
made a video about
Yay!
In order to allow the new leader and government to
anywho,
start,
so
I'll also resign from the New
you go
South
on
Wales
this-
You know that is a
Go on
fact,
this
fake
slide.
accent.
by-election, given the
Right, you know, and then you mentioned, not.
Yo,
you know,
Biden,
using
you taking
medication
notes, bro?
properly. We talked
You
about
taking
this
notes,
before. You
Biden?
don't
It's
mind.
gonna be
She's an
you,
avatar
baby.
in a game.
It's gonna be you, baby. It's gonna be.
More
It's
specific,
gonna be
diagnosis that you have.
Your dog is a dust bunny.
You mentioned this tough patch where you weren't taking the medication properly. Do you think that that's part of your journey? That's worth exploring, not necessarily that you're comfortable talking about. You did mention being an open book. You've been an open book so far, but I don't know if you think that's germane to the conversation.
Totally.
I
You
have
wanna
to
know
tell
the-
you,
you want to know the
seriously.
bigger picture, and transhumanism is kind of
French onion is not my favorite flavor of sunshine.
Just as an example,
We're monitoring the crisis at the border tonight and have warned this evening that as many as 400,000 migrants, an unprecedented number, could cross into this country next month. Julian Ainsley has more on this.
Those diagnoses gave me
After those dramatic scenes at that crowded migrant camp under a border bridge in
Think
Delhi.
of it like a Trojan horse.
style that makes it possible to thrive. That's just the way it works now. It didn't always work that way, and
No,
when I first learned I had bipolar disorder,
you need some
I was
nice
shocked.
music
I
for
was
this.
overwhelmed, but eventually I actually started an online community. It was my first online community before YouTube. It was on Facebook, and the name of the community was Being Bipolar. And I had like 200,000 people in that community. I did podcasts, and had blog posts, and interviews, and T-shirts, and all sorts of things. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm neurodiverse, but it's been a struggle, that's for sure. And it's now just part of the background noise in my world because of some journey to maturation, as you say.
You mentioned lifestyle choices. I mean, medications are medications, but is there anything like specific that you would kind of generally recommend to anybody who might find themselves in the same position that you were and got you better?
I would say what worked for me.
Oh, baby
I
Soros
can
takes
say
the whole
not to
medicine
recommend
cabinet.
this kind of stuff, but I will say what worked for me is a vegetable-based but not exclusive diet. That's probably the biggest thing. Is eating a healthy diet and stopping drinking alcohol. That was another big thing for me. Alcohol was it inflamed
Chandler's
and
got
ravaged my body and soul
alcohol
when I was
pulsing
drinking
through
it.
his
And now
veins.
I'm sober. I've been sober basically 3 or 4 years. It's doesn't even stuff on my so to answer that question is diet is important to me.
Here again.
So,
Most your monks, the undead, you don't imbibe alcohol.
Me and my cat, we handled it together. I swear it. I had a night where I was basically, I had to make a choice. Do I want to quit? Do I want to go? My cat came in.
Swearing is just like cursing, by the way.
I broke through. And since then, I have had a couple of drinks, but I figure instead of fighting against it completely, I will relinquish control every now and then.
All over the hood. The Georgia Guidestones got
I can't
again.
because of
Zombie
the-
president is like
bigger
all over
event
it.
in my life than I thought. And
Guys get
it also came after my
400,000. DeSantis is suing Biden for sending to Florida. Now he has to take care of all of them. There's not going to be any communities left for all of
You
this, guys.
experience that interaction with Michael.
Well,
as it's
technically
taking
there's
place
space,
on
but
sort
you know.
of- and that's
Y'all can be mad
physical
if
plane,
you want.
or was it just kind of like
What we're gonna do,
Jungian
guys,
kind of
I don't know.
psychological
But what I do know
mindset?
is that the show's over, folks.
I would
Now
say
you
that
all go home.
if there was any
Gotta say
metaphysical
thank you
force at
very
play
much
with
for everybody
karma,
coming
it would
through
have
to the
been
show
You've been
today.
saying
Make sure
that
you
for the
hit that
last 2
like button.
years.
He was
Subscribe,
very
because that
eager to
definitely
take
helps the
advantage
channel
towards
grow and
do
gets
his
people
job.
out to be
Maybe.
seeing all this
And I
stuff.
was
So
very
it's
eager
nice
to
to
have a
take
job done.
Oh, you're big
You can
enough for
also
the
subscribe
whole
to the
shitstorm.
number by hitting the join button.
and help
Very
us
good.
out
There you go.
monthly, keep the
So we
show
got
alive
two
when we're doing all that
programs, and
stuff.
I think
Yeah, right.
And if not, anybody out there,
you mentioned on Facebook. Is it still a going concern that either you participate in or is this free of you?
It does not exist. It stopped. I shut it down because it's a whole episode of my life that I basically cracked the Facebook ad code and grew a community of 200,000 people for about $3,000 in ads, which is pretty unprecedented in my experience. And then Facebook got wise to pay the ads, and the entropy of Facebook caused my community to constantly dwindle in size. The ads were promoting it. Facebook is, in my experience, a lot of entropy. You bring your audience there, and it sucks up the value. You have to pay them for it to get it back, kind of thing. Any momentum, at least that was my experience. And I shut it down because the Facebook page became very poisonous. A lot of politics, a lot of anti-this, anti-pro that, and it just wasn't working for me. And I was the only one in charge of it, so I made the executive decision just to hit the delete button, and it was the right choice.
Because we talked about metaphysical concerns, and we just talked about Facebook and the entropy. It's been my experience, I'll just throw this against the wall, because we're going to end up talking about AI, and we're going to end up talking about transhumanism. I have a concept, where basically the internet is a space where kind of the occult that didn't exist before becomes real. The notion of traveling in the astral space with an avatar, taking on a persona, the invocation, the evocation of certain gods. And I also have this conception of the internet maybe having a personality, and certainly these individual websites being like, depending on the definition or point of view, maybe spirits or tulpas or entities onto themselves. Like, it seems like every website, whether it's just because of the interaction of people there or the way they're formatted or promotes,
people like Lorelai
develops their own kind of personality. I know that Discord had a fucking change for it. If you want to be evil behind the scenes, that will eventually come to light because somebody's recording something somewhere. Twitter is where everybody loses their head and starts basically hurling pieces like monkeys at each other at the drop of a hat. And Facebook is where you go now if you're a grandmother that wants to be indoctrinated into some bizarre neo-fascist cult. Do you have any sort of, have you ever thought things like that, or do you have any kind of feedback going out there?
100%. I should say that I totally embrace that idea. I also on Reddit started a subreddit that still exists. Right? It's under different names now. I got cursed and had to leave, but I will share you a link to it. Chat maybe? Is that all right?
Can you see?
I'll share.
LGBTQ, I guess.
Isn't that the nicest
It's our psychedelic. It is the mixture of psychedelics,
She wants to
psycho,
raise
and twist the three together. What kind of community can you develop? Like,
No,
you go to your YouTube page, right?
I did, because her mom died. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Why is she saying that?
If you see the private chat for us where you put your
You're
link
ugly,
or
Jamie. Inside and out.
GoBrett.com, if you put it there, I'll just copy it.
Why, Jamie? Why are you mad at God?
So it'll go out from the
Cash app fraud going on.
Why is
Oh,
it? Let's get, come on, let's get that pity going. Go ahead.
Because they don't understand what Sam
So that was a fun adventure. I agree with
Subscription
you
only
without
mode.
any ads.
What is
I
it?
turned meetings by making sure
Spill it.
I got pretty far into it,
Yes, it is.
and I know I got cursed by multiple people because they got very angry. I started getting into conspiracy theories again. I started getting into politics and observations about where the world is, and it was right when COVID hit. So it was sort of a stress moment in the world that we were at. I got a lot of negative feedback from negative energetic feedback and a very concentrated.
I appreciate you guys listening.
You're right.
Every time I would log onto the internet, I would basically feel like I was on fire. So I had to delete my Reddit account and feel feelings of crisis. But or so, but if you're the most active member on that community,
Oh.
You might learn a few things from it.
mod, and he does an excellent. Or they do. I don't know if he does.
Yeah.
I've never met him personally, but they do an excellent job of keeping things.
I will be sleeping well tonight. Yes.
Tammy was an erection officer.
62
Tammy and Jeff Spinelli tag it.
subreddit members, and almost all of them, I would assume, are that intersection audience between psychedelics and technology. And that is basically what
Crazy German wants to know how people listen to and support this lady.
transhumanism is magical. In my opinion. It's not. I'm not interested in
Oh, y'all love spells.
racial superiority of any particular group.
The month of the
or
devil, says
superiority
Vicky
of any
Vicky.
particular group. I am interested in it because it is a. I'll just say this and we can move on and come back to it. It is a well-rounded.
Can someone write in chat, you are wearing your goggles upside down when you tan?
Y'all be casting spells on her again.
Gotta change it back up.
Anything like that. It's just
See, that's her ego.
For me, my potential is.
They have no power.
Rub the beard, rub the beard.
Is about. So I'm very pursuant of that.
Steve, stop that. She'll have
I believe in
the
God.
hots for you.
Yes,
I'm getting my weight itself is what this conversation. I think this is like a lot of space and spirits on the internet.
No, I don't. She's right. I don't. She's right there. You got me there, Ken. I can't find the big difference.
I don't know what I was in this word. I don't know if
Jealousy is a demon, Tam Tam. Get you some love in your heart, you heartless demon. Says Dilly Dab, Jibby Jab.
Oh, here we go. Diabetic.
Oh, the sweetness taken out of your life. Her behavior is not of God. It's from the pits of hell, says Courtney W. And she should know. That's St. Courtney.
I wish I could explain it to Rachel. I have no damn idea what in the hell she's saying. But apparently she has passed, not passed.
But just like you said, I thought you don't give a fuck. Like,
7 spells and an ultimate treasure. There's what you like.
To make something better or
Anybody. You're wearing your goggles.
But to me, it's not.
maybe you think it's not possible. I don't know.
Are you asking?
Your optic nerve doesn't really work properly. It's artificial.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, or like if you have any
The
desire
stars.
to
And you there.
maybe create.
Listen,
Maybe I'm a little
she's wrong.
slow.
Okay, she's wrong.
I don't know if you
Getting
have any
old.
desire to,
What's up, Wrangles?
For a lot more hours.
but if
Wanna
you
go outside?
thought to how it might work
I'm sad, y'all. Y'all are sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry my friend's sad.
Oh, y'all are pathetic. You feast on it.
Does that work nice,
Interesting
dumbass?
question. The answer is yes, definitely. I have already used
Just
white
get
magic.
them.
Nice vampire
Say this
song.
right off the
Miss
bat,
Tim.
Oh,
I do not use magic in my employment. because
We
my-
do.
yeah, she's the French one.
You know
We
these
do.
old
You
classics.
wish all of us
I
did
use
today,
magic
and
for
my
personal
grandmother.
development,
We're sick.
and a lot of it is
We're sick.
when I'm using JavaScript, which is
Yeah.
sort of control
We are sick. We're sick.
I told her.
Boogie, boogie.
magic numbers.
We're the sick ones. She's the same.
Values that bring about magic.
All right, come on. That's nice.
I try to stay very committed to that, and I haven't yet set out on the quest.
And let me tell you something.
Absolutely. Please go start.
Create that magic
You
space.
two.
For my development, my
Oh,
personal
please,
Valuable.
please don't do
I'm
this.
serious about it.
Nah, go ahead.
But what I will do is I'll share it with our private chat that you can share. It's a
Go
website.
ahead.
You know,
You might as
I
well
miss-
do it. Joseph, go ahead and pass that spell. Go ahead.
Whoever
Necromancy is the kind of cyber that is the
It's
website.
weird.
Suck it, Tam Tam. Thank you.
This is this website. Sure. No affiliation. You're not the website or anything. Just read it. This is the first kind of website of its kind. It's a well organized
Who you say, Tammy?
introduction on how to use technology. So that website is it actually expired. Someone's finally put it into this. I'm not as good at it as they are.
Y'all equally suck in your Borg hive.
Yeah, that's a little thing over here. Oh, lady, go baby. You're going to the kitchen. You're wearing your goggles.
My word,
Hi, dumbass. When you hurt one's friends, you hurt them. I've never spoken to you before. It's just such a cheat.
Y'all scared of the dark.
Also, of course, you wish a baby could die.
Don't be scared.
Yes, she does.
What is that famous line referred to when they say don't be scared?
No, I put it on there.
It's all about your cat meme.
She is just low down and stupid. Sorry.
One couple was the second afterlife. That said, I'm not
Well done, put him under your pillow. Got it? Got it.
Oh, your curses and spells.
But the Mormon Transhumanist Association, the Christian Transhumanist Association, two religious organizations.
I like it.
Both of them are, I think, extraordinary.
Can you believe they said shut up now?
You the shepherd? I'm getting maybe I have to what was that?
There's that Donna Bond laugh. Cackling up from the pit of hell. Oh, talk about a shitty hairdresser.
No, she's not going to come here because she thinks she stays over there, she'll get more money and all that stuff. Even though she wished my friend understand it. I think she's you're an embarrassment. She don't let me wear makeup. She doesn't want to wear makeup. She doesn't want to. You gotta get I don't know. I don't
so much part of the new age conspiracy about Hank Melvin that's been up in the whole last time of their life, where it became almost like new age is Bellatrix and kind of but they'll talk about something
Tag virtual reality goggles.
the Freemasons kept those things like,
Well, so now they're trying to get me to look like the one casting a spell. Tag Joe Lanero. And he has a stroke. And they say I did it. They're just repeating the cycle. She has in her. I have no hate in me.
I would say 2/3 of
They love the absolute lie. It's part of their disease.
maybe a little less, but pretty anti-theist. Altogether, further than atheism, it's anti-theist. And they want nothing to do with religion. That's their opinion. I think I have zero problem. It's not even an issue of the
Oh,
problem.
fake laughing alert. Fake laughing
Show
alert.
It just doesn't even register as an issue.
Watch them go. Fake
Yeah,
laughing alert.
Chandler's guy doesn't even have any volume. Talk about dead already.
I have investigating my interest in
You know who that is? That's Stephen. Not Stephen Cambion. That's the other one. He had his big show for about 5 minutes.
I'm not really big into consolidation.
He's a 2.0.
Relatively dark.
Cash App, Cash App. I was like saying popcorn.
Not monetarily necessarily, but the energy here is good. This one is sucked up by the authority of self, which is fine. I'm just not. I think a lot of trends.
I believe that.
Cryptocurrency, kind of decentralized. Morphological freedom, cognitive liberty, all these kinds of things that are in my opinion, generally plan for it.
What he said is that in his paper asshole town, he's toilet paper.
I don't have the slightest problem.
Brett Bernhoft. Oh, Chanter is just glaring pissed tonight.
But I work.
Oh, it's transhumanism. We know that's their cocoon.
PDF files for free. Legal, not stolen books, not stolen PDFs.
Oh, you mean books that I shared freely?
Or written by an AI that is
Then you just plagiarize the pages like the Stars and Stripes versus the Custer Combat to Your Truth.
Information and data and stuff.
Oh, you guys messed up all the data. They see your guilt. It's obvious.
Leader or figurehead or leading light or celebrity in that community that you endorse wholly, but we just talked about the notion of
Trisha T is truthfully
freedom
tits.
or increased freedom. But I remember seeing an interview with Ben Gortzel. I think he wrote the Communist Manifesto, and I also I believe he's the guy behind that
Manifesto.
that got
What kind of Latin lunacy is that?
Female robot.
Cursin say foo birds.
Right there. He was actually talking about that it might be the case that smoke some cherry or maximum power, maximum intelligence is actually cause the transhumanist community to kind of go together, possibly to explore my mind. We did think about the guys contemplate that possibility, whether or not the transhumanist thing could, your desire of where it could go, thoughts about where it could go, you have to take into account the places where it might go that you might be totally opposed to. Also, one thing, it sounds like we're getting a little bit of feedback when I'm speaking.
To fight or flee. I will not flee.
I don't hear anything, but I did press a button on my mixer that has resolved.
To be or be.
Okay. How about that?
What's that?
Okay.
You know, Chanter is 9 kinds of stupid.
Okay. So I just mentioned. I have a question on the floor. Do you think about that?
That's a Sami bus in the back.
I do, and from our position in history, 2021, to wherever in the future that manifests. From this perspective, I'm looking forward to it.
Right, this is the SBA. Spear being Alliance.
We can walk in, we can walk out. We can plug it in and plug it out.
Sure you can.
How do I say it? It's like a smartphone. You can walk away from a smartphone, although you're sacrificing agency. Get rid of a smartphone on our ride.
You guys have no agency over me. I don't care what you
I
think
do
you
think
stole.
about it. I am personally extraordinarily excited about being able to access Neuralink as a technology, or
He
Not
has
necessarily
lines
the
running
itself,
up his
but the
face.
kind of technology it represents.
Chandler's
is,
ball is itching his
absolutely
eyes.
something I'm beyond excited for. I how do I say this? I am looking forward to the technological support. Not as a specific event, but as a philosophy of the future. And what kind of future I want to see is a techno-optimist.
A cheerocracy technocracy?
I'm going to Facebook this with my friend Michelle. Once you connect 100 million minds together, the kind of consciousness that will come out of that is
I'm saying a track record. Maybe she was trying to pick you up. Maybe she started the I love you, which I did find odd. But
so I'm good curious because I want to just make sure that
or I guess I found it odd, but
I took notes on this whole interview that it wasn't the sort of notes that I take because there wasn't anything there that I thought in and of itself. It's your point of view. I might not agree with it, but there was nothing that I felt was like,
I just got information. She has a whole life.
I promise you that this is going to happen.
Chandler's the CW network. Stupid.
I developed kind of thoughts and questions.
The Trumpism of Tard.
But I want to make sure that they have context.
I mean, don't blame Trump on Soros.
Already, but just the degree of like, if you have an ideal transhumanist,
but that was the conversation. If that was me hitting on
what
her,
is it?
Then
What do you think?
But none of it's about you.
Guilty.
As a collective situation for yourself
I
personally,
didn't seem like I had any different things. It was we were going to write letters. My friend Kristen and I, and we still talk to this day. We met on Twitter over a TV show back in probably 2013. And I know I have a white
I don't know.
But no, I probably can help her because
there's been very relevant conversation on
letters. They were lesbian letters.
Figures in states. Like, will they come back to us?
Your ignorance calls it
That
hell.
said,
He likes it.
But your
what
truth
is
knows
my
the
ideal
lie.
situation? Personally, it is 20 years forward. Technology are not the best that we're ever have as a species, but I believe within about 20 years there will be primitive versions of mind uploading. There will be
This is how you live.
there will be telekinesis type abilities, all enabled by
They mean
technology.
fish.
Oh, that's
PH.
The ever-changing human
Trying to pull up this picture.
it's ever more quickly changing
Don't do it.
as feedback loop because of technology. The nervous system invents the technology. The technology is used by the nervous system, and that use changes the nervous system. And then the next generation of technology is different from that loop and feedback loop that continues to happen until we reach some sort of omega point zero. What did Terrence McKenna call it?
10.
He called it zero time waves. The time ends where history ends. Enter the infinite future in a moment. So I'm looking forward to that optimistically. Collectively, I think it's going to be a struggle. There's a lot of resistance.
There you go, honey. That's
growing.
you. That's you,
There's
baby,
a lot of
honey.
growing resistance.
And
to
y'all-
transhumanism. I call it.
And y'all know it's not
I want to call them Luddites, but
thumbnail.
they're not
It's
all
not
Luddites. So
pregnant,
it's just an
fornicated
opinion, their opinion
daughter
of transhumanism,
Timber
and a lot of people
that has a
resist
whole
it
ass legend
in
in
their
her
own ways. But some of them
What the
I've
fuck is that?
observed
That's
are very aggressive.
Don't recognize?
Transhumanism.
Can't y'all see?
That kind of stuff.
Right here
I've
is
dealt with
where
that my
I
whole life.
guarantee you that she has these stripes right
Kind
here.
of
That
noticed
she doesn't turn.
something I'm doing,
Guarantee
who I am,
that she
and
has those.
made
Average
comments
to
about it for
ever.
one reason or another, supported it, not supported it. So
They
I-
pretend I'm all
not used to
on
that kind
one too.
attention or that kind of response. But I don't think most transhumanists are ready for it. I don't know if most transhumanists have done
Lucy
research
is-
into
Timber is
anti-technology
blown like
sentiment
she
that's
is.
growing
I've
in
never,
the world. It's not just
I
in
never,
our
I don't
country,
think that
our
I've ever
country.
looked back to
It's,
it in my life, much less when I
anywhere in
was
the world.
That's why they're
Everywhere in the
lesbian
world,
lunatics.
pockets it's growing among different populations. I'm not well.
Let's
versed
get
in
rid
how
of
it
mango.
works. except for their hidden
And hey,
sort of society.
face me,
Thank you. Wish
damn
that
it.
says pretty Gabby. She sure did, pretty
You're
Gabby.
boring.
And remove technology from the public and give it back to a centralized authority, as if the genie will be put back in the bottle. And that kind of scares me. That kind of stuff scares me because I don't know how far some people will go to try to stop technology. Like the movie Contact. Yeah, the movie Contact. That I think was, for a lot of reasons, a prelude
Never
to
grind
what
on
we're gonna
line,
see,
says the FOP.
in some senses, moving forward. That's just
About a year ago. Okay, so
something like that.
so
Just hanging out with what they got to say.
paradox, and there's also this notion that with the universe around us and the number of
See how that works?
planets that we are going to that we would
What
have
is that?
seen or should have seen.
I am very well,
in
Tammy.
multiple,
Thank you.
Intergalactic civilizations. or
But we've got to talk about this. Sure do. We're going to have to take some serious votes.
Modern first world societies, by definition,
People are suggesting
Look, Pouchy,
you lose your job.
you don't get no kangaroo court up in here.
You know, the ongoing
we're thinking about looking forward 20 years. Isn't there
internal takeover.
You get it, Pouchy.
that we might have that with technology?
You can put your cut in there.
Yeah, but knowledge, you know how to
Whether
contact.
it's the agency of some god or some
Become self-employed. Because then you don't have to worry about big bad cookie boss telling you you have until October 14th to get your local flavor off the oven. Now, there's an individual on the YouTubes here. He's a programmer.
That means they'll never do a day's hard work.
Never grind
Just roll
online.
up your sleeve, not the shot.
So here he's doing his own
These are
thing.
freeloaders.
Creating this online game. And some guy, a furry,
How do we prevent?
decided that he was going to write up a story about it.
Yeah.
And essentially
You're right. We as a
just
technology
disrespect
are attempting.
the game entirely.
Silence,
That
peasants.
guy's ideology and or beliefs / that he's a never sleeper. What? You did me, right? So some puny magazine that you never even heard of is running their mouths about how, I wouldn't dare buy a game of a never sleeper. Oh, never. Really? And here we go again. There are so many people that think it's quite all right to disrespect the never sleepers without understanding what we have behind us. We have this thing behind us called logic. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No, you shit stare.
I
It's called
received
lazy
an
asses.
email this evening from a
Paper
somebody
assholes.
real. And they
Fancy
alerted me on
broad
sworn
lace cloth.
that a certain organization that we all know of,
Phil
the,
Alston.
WHO,
Step forward to the car.
yeah, those guys, are reporting that the United States is having a major influx of the Wuhan cases every single day.
Yeah, those are viruses in the
Excuse me,
computer.
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but last time I checked, the powers that be, at least in the United States, are touting that 84% of the United States has gotten at least one of the roller sleep.
That means 84% of the good is down.
Okay, wait. Let's go ahead and back up. If, according to all of these different agencies, according to different states, according to different hospitals, medical facilities, and all these,
They know about
somebodies
the computer
are
virus.
reporting that the numbers of
They
the
gotta
cases that
close
are
because their
tested positive
computer surgery
are
bots
double
are
than what they were
rusted
last
out.
year. Houston, we got a really big problem. How is that even possible? Because last year,
It's a
no one
computer plague.
had to roll up your sleever. The first roll up your sleever did not start until December 19th, 2020.
Try 40 years before that.
So how could it be double of last year with 84% supposedly having the roll up your sleever?
You know what? They're not doing a very apparently their
polls.
logic is off.
It's
You have
manufactured
84%
data.
of the nation, according to them,
It's a
would
projection
have
from
the
Cliff
vote
High.
sleeper. How much
You remember
of
Cliff
a
High, don't
percentage
you,
is
Joe
left
Carr?
of the nation that did?
Ron Diamond.
Does anybody know?
You're a turd, not a lump of
16%.
coal.
Is that what it'd be? If you had 84 plus 16 equals what? Does it equal 100?
Get you a scrap piece of paper and a pencil,
Does
dummy.
84 plus 16 equal 100? Yes or no? And listen, I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm going by the statistical, these statistical and or according to
He's
them,
an AWOL
their
mathematician.
own jargon, their own BS alert that they're burping out of their mouth. If 84% of the U.S. population has had the roll sleeper, that would mean 16%.
You know, your
of the
veterans
nation
are all
would
calling it
be
quits.
never sleepers.
You call it suicide, they
Why
call
are they
it quits.
squabbling and whining about 16%? It's minuscule in comparison. So here we go again. Let's use
They ain't
logic.
that stupid.
Logic states that if 84% of the
I mean,
nation
they're not that
has some sort of
traumatized.
protection, how would it then be possible that the numbers would be double of what it would be the previous year?
Well, from the
That's
clones.
impossible.
No, it's the clones. It's the 2.0s.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Imagine you're a Christmas basket of
So here we
rotten
have,
fruit.
once again, thanks a lot, Mr. Stevie Britton, who brought me this information. And saw it on your channel. I went over there and reviewed the programmer for this online game called Never Grind Online. And actually, from what
Sounds
I understand,
like porn.
it didn't really even.
Is that a
hit yet.
70s
It
bush?
wasn't even in.
They're talking about big,
I think it went
fuzzy,
ahead and was beyond beta testing.
cubic regions.
And then suddenly, you know, he's getting a bad review.
Blockchain
Not
is the
because of the
train
game,
we never can
But
board.
because he's a never.
Once you are on, you
Because
can
he
never
uses
get
these
off.
things called logic. Some whiner.
That's about
And so some
you can never
no-nut thing
return and you
nice
can never
somewhere.
come back and you can never leave and blah blah. That's Alex Gray crap.
I tell you what, all of this
Allison
logic
Gray is the Bush
is
Queen.
going to end up, in my opinion, showing its
Bill
ugly face
Gates.
to the rest of the population. It's not
Tag
our
waterboard
fault
gate.
that we, in other words, the never sleepers.
Only 8. Is that 16 eyes? Maybe 17?
If common sense was so common,
Oh,
wouldn't
Sparky.
everybody have it?
That's
I have a
stupid.
sneaky suspicion that when it's all said and done, and
Smoke
things start
signals.
really getting, let's
Don't
say,
insult
swirly,
trying to burn up
that
California.
It's just too late, isn't it? It sure is. It's not something that you can give back or take back.
Sounds like you had the same
It's
kind
not
of
like
day
you
I
can
had.
justify. Wrong.
Oh,
This is why a lot
you
of
know it
people
all.
have
It's already the
their
day.
entire
It's the
lives
morning.
online. And just
90% of my
said no. They
hospital
not
is
only said no,
vaxxed.
they said
I
no.
don't want to take it, but
And
we
that's where they
need
stand.
to.
And it's
Listen
just
to
too
the
bad
old
that nobody
whiny
likes it.
bullshit.
Just too bad.
They
Where are we
just
going to
keep
go from
repeating
here?
and repeating.
I'm stating
All
right now
roads.
that October 8th is definitely on my radar
Mm,
for financial. Now, you will
exactly.
remember
Let them keep their
that
gold.
at
Their
around,
immunity
I wanna
doesn't
say it was
apply for lead.
May or June of this year, I made mention, I truly believe
Being
that there's going to be
realistic,
a
you're
financial
not being a
cataclysm
downer.
on
It's
August
depressing to
10th,
hear what's happening to our
that
country.
there would be a hack
You are just
against
speaking
the financial
facts.
markets within the United States.
Oh,
I was
okay,
so sure.
Green.
Did that happen?
I'm afraid
No.
you're
However,
too far gone for
as
words.
bizarre as it sounds, on August 10th of this year, there was in fact a hack against
Well,
Bitcoin
Dan's birthday is
The
August
biggest hack
13th. I done
of all
told
time.
y'all.
in the tune of $611 million hack. See how that works?
VPNs give a false sense of security.
It would not be that day that it would be
It's
October 8th
bullshit.
because of mirroring.
Hey, you know what's bullshit?
And I'm gonna
Having
stick
to
with that.
pay the computer to
The reason
take
why
down their hacks they
I'm gonna
did to
put
you.
this out for
QR
October
codes
8th,
to the Q
that is
codes.
next Friday.
Oh, that's
People
genius.
have heard of the Black Swan and all that nonsense. Now here's the situation. You had Janet Yellen. That is a person that is directly
Why would I
associated
want to
with
buy a super chat?
Treasury.
That's some crap.
Heard about her now about how the United States, if the debt ceiling was not raised, that the United States would run out of cash by October, I believe it was 19th, she said, or October 18th, something of the nature. Now, if you go back in time and you go back to October
Soap scum
19th
flipping
of
somebody off.
1987, that was a big crash that occurred in 1987. If you go further back in
The
time,
year Chelsea was born,
you go to
tag
October
December
29th
3rd.
of 1929.
That's why the government's got money till that day.
That actually created and caused the depression.
You didn't have measles and mum parties, you idiots. You had
Now,
chicken pox
why would-
parties.
Now, these are my opinions, okay? I have nothing to substantiate my claim.
You never
I can
do.
certainly show you how I come to that.
You just conjure it all up, bullshit artist.
But what I'm saying is, these people know between China,
McKinney,
between the European
that's
Union,
Danny McKinney,
between all the
General
money
of
systems
the
all of the United States,
gaggle of goofballs.
in the Americas, I'm sorry, in North America, and all of the money systems.
MMR is measles, mumps, rubella.
The
Idiots.
jig is up, buddy. Look what's happening in China. The jig is up.
Oh,
They
Wigan?
gotta have a boogeyman. They have to have a boogeyman. Who is gonna be the boogeyman? They will blame it on
I think
hackers.
Bigfoot.
Oh, all the systems are down. They're these hackers. They're saying, oh my goodness, we blocked up the Dow Jones Industrial Average or whatever the hell it's affecting the
Tag the Ides of March as a bullshit curse.
blah blah blah. They're requesting $920 trillion. We just can't pay that. And then suddenly, magically, like Jiffy Pop popcorn,
Like poof?
they will have the digital dollar.
You'll have lemonade coming out your ass, won't
They
you?
will have everything ready to go because it's all been tested. You think cryptocurrency is your savior? It is your slavery. Please go look up the
You think
definition.
you're fucking scamming
That is
the
a
shit,
secret
too.
allegiance to communism. Communism is not freedom. Communism is slavery. Cryptocurrency is not your savior. It is your master. You better get in your head because that is all part of the electronic phenomenon. That is, they're shoving it in your nose right now.
He
They
loves
have to go
cocaine.
to a new system.
You
They
know,
don't
he's so
want you to
far
have
gone,
dollars
he'd snort
anymore.
baby
They don't
powder and
want you to have
arsenic.
your $100 bills, your $10 bills, your $5 bills. They want to know where every last penny is going. Every last penny. And even all of the nobodies. The nobodies will
Ooh, there's
fear
a
the
bad
best.
TikTok with a buffalo, a
In the
black
very near
bitch, and a
future,
red wig.
where
Petty
the United
Page.
States has to endure
Pretty
crippling
creepy.
shortages. And I mean crippling. In other words, all of us will fare better than the somebodies
Ew.
and the super
Here's one of
somebodies.
those
But
Obama
nobody's will be the
lightning
best
bolt things, but
because
it's
we know
Dougie
what
Fresh
it's
on a
like
fire.
to be
Isn't that
without.
weird?
We know what it's like. We know how to work our ways through
Oh, the
economic
Nordstrom Rack
woes.
video?
You and I,
Oh,
yes.
no,
We
stop.
will fare well.
Whatever you
When
do, don't look
crippling
at it.
shortages occur, it will affect predominantly
Ready?
the somebodies, the elites, the super somebody wannabes, the upper middle class. Those are the people that learn the most. See their S4, it's a light.
Oh. Yeah, it's definitely a dirty
You
video.
know how many millionaires there are in
They got
United
so many
States?
tricks on this piece of shit.
Go look. There's so many millionaires, it's not even funny. You know how
Jeffrey
many
Star's
billionaires are in the United States? In other
millionaire in
words,
his own
if you're not worth a half
libel.
$1 billion, if you're
Marble.
not worth $500
Libel.
million or more,
Liar.
these
Patrick
Manhattan
Nathaniel
Project
Hyde.
governors laugh at you. You are in
Yeah.
the
They
beyond
ain't got
spot.
shit.
You are the equivalent of
We
a
don't
nobody
like it.
in comparison.
I've already gotten rid of it. It's
And how do you know
all
that that's the case?
a
Look at all
meme
the
now.
restaurants. Look at all the businesses. Look at all the medium-sized businesses
Just
that were
ugly
absolutely
as hell.
obliterated and destroyed because the Hebrew took help and some blink
Jeffree Star canceled Shane Dawson
decided to
Nordrum
shut it
Ram.
down to flatten the curve. And here we are now,
Tell you the
15
Shane
years later,
Company.
and your nations are being turned upside down.
Oh,
This was all.
you don't even have eyes that face forward.
With not only certainty, but with irrefutable evidence, this whole garbage was planned years in advance by the United Nations.
Every child matters if they're BEED.
Because the same exact scenario
What does that mean,
is
Sig?
happening in every nation right now as we speak, all at the same time. How's that possible?
Not everybody's got the
Because
cooties.
it is, in fact, a totalitarian takeover of the globe. Going from the old guard to the new guard, from the old world order to
When they say the UN is
world
coming,
order, in which all of us are still metamorphosis.
see, they're just using old war
Now, there is
cries.
a spec of
The
good
British
news,
are
ladies and gentlemen.
coming.
And believe me, I'm not doing these shows to be a downer. On the contrary, I really
You're
don't
not
want to be
Debbie.
a downer. But and this was published last night or early in the morning, a.m.
What
yesterday.
a terrible
Mr.
comment at Mobile Gamers.
Let me go ahead and give this to you, Mons. If you didn't mind, please share this with the class.
Video games
Well,
for
there's this
dummies
LTD. Okay, there it is right there. Let's go ahead and pick this
is
up.
the
That is the video of the
federalization of
tyrant.
everything.
And she had to step down. Why? Because of a corruption panel that had been investigating kickbacks that were being
You
made
sure
by
about that?
AstraZeneca and Pfizer.
And community form. So I guess like three different, all aspects of the Tower of Babel.
Now, it was reported 2 weeks prior to that that the upper
Yeah, we
echelon
got a
of
couple
government
boy toys
had
for
been
you.
I
taking
would say
kickbacks from these
that,
corporations, financial
after
kickbacks,
doing all of my
which makes
research for the
good
last 5
sense
years,
on why these
my training
mandates
and my network
are being
provides exposure to
so
different
You
things.
use the gift baskets.
Technology
why they're being pushed
cannot
so
be
much.
stopped, but it could be
Because
redirected, it could be harnessed.
Oh, they have them for
You
everything.
wouldn't take away technology.
Makeup,
She had to step
veterans,
down.
old
The
people.
whole country is
Other
Jobs.
chaos,
dancing.
is
Because
unrecognizable
that woman, but
chaos.
here's the
So
thing,
I don't
who's
think
gonna
we're going to
replace
get rid of technology. I
Is
do
this
think, though, that the
nonsense gonna
resistance
stop?
to
You should all be
How much
ashamed.
money is exchanging
application of
hands
philosophy of
all over
technology
the
is
country?
going to have to fight
We
for its
all
own.
know
I
that
do
we are
think
on the
that there's
absolute
a
brink
lot of well-organized,
of
well-funded,
a collapse.
highly
right this
motivated
second.
organization and
Tons
efforts
of
to
people on the
stymie
internet the last 10 years have been
humans
talking
taking
about
the
the collapse,
evolutionary
both
force
financial
for ourselves.
and
And
political.
that's kind of what Terence McKenna was saying. He said, reality is language,
Right
and
now, we are
when you
living
can speak
in
the language of the Tower of Babel, which was one
Most
common
of
language
us
for all
that have been
people,
on the
we've
tubes for
achieved the
amount of
beginnings
time.
of
Anybody that's been on the net, had their own blog, their own website, has had
all the
any sort of
technologies that we
affiliation
wanted,
with
or that people like
third-party
me have wanted
information.
since we found out about
The
it.
access of
How do we resist that? How do we prevent that from happening?
or the proliferation of
That's a good question.
He grinds
I
his
have
teeth.
contemplated that, but I don't. At this, to be honest with you, I don't see any good options. I see the resistance to transhumanism
with
as
another
being
investigator
how
or
it describes
reporter or
itself
whatever you
as
want to
sort
call
of
it.
tidal
We
wave
know
that
that the
comes ashore.
hatchet is near.
And I
The
do see
YouTube hatchet is
a
right
lot
near our
of
necks, but we still
transhumanism
don't care.
so-called challenge.
Why would you care? You have no hearts. You don't care about anybody.
Our own choices.
That's why you say it's
If I
your
want to evolve
community.
this way, there's going to be a lot of people that say,
Let's shut these two dummies up again.
That was the best thing ever.
We'll just leave the one big dummy.
It sure is. Again, these somebodies cannot be all that. If
if you allowed a little guy like me to get everything, that wasn't too right. We are going to fight back, no matter what. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter to us. So what? Big deal. This isn't the only platform on the web. People are creating their own platforms. People can go
Yeah,
to
with
other
my
operations.
dime.
They don't need the internet. Sorry.
It's like anonymous streaming.
So all these people that have been let go, you have to understand how this is all going to compound. You have to remember that those people that were let go, that were fired by these governors, that were fired by these organizations, everyone is responsible in the highest of those organizations, whether it be the CEO, the CFO, which would be the certified financial officer, the money man, right? Oh, hell, we're going to take that. The government said they're going to leave us alone. We're going to go under our audit. They're going to look the other way if we only get 5,600 of our employees to go to sleep. You see what kind of BS is going down. A lot of money being exchanged right now. Also, Project Veritas, from what I understand, through the electronic bushes, is going to be releasing a video dealing with Pfizer on Monday evening. Let's see how that works. We'll see how that works. Again, those are little whispers on the electronic bullets, right? And let's hope they do. Let's hope they do. Also, the FBI is worried for proton mail. 200,000 users. All you people out there said proton mail is safe. That's the word. Nothing safe. Everything can be tracked. Everything can be hacked. You see what I mean? Because an inquiry has been made with that proton mail. 200,000 users. And the target is going to be you. Project Veritas. That's 61. Never, ever, ever trust anyone touting encryption. It's garbage. Sorry, all of it has gotten into all of it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Never trust people. Gotta tell you that. The best way, if you're going to have email that you
Lord
think is
have
secure,
mercy.
you certainly would want to do it with a country that does not have reciprocity or that does not have any sort of exchange with the United States when it comes to legal matters. But here we go again. Here we go again. Every email that you want to send any party is being sent by 8 people before the recipient gets it. 8 eyes have been on that email before the other party can get your email. So you keep that in mind. Minimum.
You've had my Gmail still for years.
You have the QR code. We talk about how the QR code is garbage. Anybody can go in and do what is called QR code generators. Those QR code generators, in my opinion, are they safe? Why would they be safe? If you have the electronic handshake, right here, I'll use this. This is my phone. This is not my phone. This is a magnifying glass. Let's call it like that. So this is the area where the reader is, where the information is. If I take my phone and I go to a QR code, I go, how is that safe? It's not safe. When you go into a QR code generator, type in all the information, the images, the links, the associated, everything associated with that QR code. That QR code is drafted up for you with all the pertinent information, and technically, the QR code does not expire. It expires. It is a website that expires. The information could expire. The information would have to be updated. You see what I mean? So it could expire technically. But what I'm trying to
Look at
say
those
is,
big boots.
if somebody that was working for $15 an hour at the door, at a restaurant somewhere, and you had
You
what is
remember
called
shit
electronic
stoppers, Daniel?
from one device to another device, that guy technically could take your QR credentials that were made up for you, saying that you had your own computer, he could record that information in static, and then email that static image to 50,000 people. Technically. That means that 50,000 people could take that same
This is
image
called
and put it on
Bossa
their
Nova.
phone. Listen, how many people at the door, how many cash registers, how many cashiers at stores are going to
James
understand
Morrison.
the inner workings of technology?
Very cool.
They're not going to give up this. The QR code is regardless. It will get cracked in half quickly. It sure will. So what is the alternative?
Some of those ribs, that rehearsal made me hungry.
Never heard of a
Near
cowboy
frequency.
band rehearsing 5 hours.
Air frequency is another
Not
alternative.
a good sound.
But even that can be tampered with.
That's that deep. Whatchamacallit? You mean
So,
the one out the one with the jump?
What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, this entire fiasco that we're going through right now, a big hurdle of the New World Order is the financial. They have got to take down the financial. And who is the boogeyman? The hacker is the perfect boogeyman.
You want to sing? Well, I gave you, dude.
I'm still sticking with my
I just
assertion.
hope we do what I'm
that
saying.
October 8th is the day to watch. That is going to be a battle.
Hey, you.
Nothing happens, well, good for
I
that.
got a chick down there wants to
Oh,
see
Just
Jay
gonna buy more
Rowley's
time.
Cotton
Well, let me
Company.
say-
I'm stating it
Big
perfectly.
deal.
You have the infrastructure bill, and they keep adding garbage to that nonsense.
But she don't want
And
to
as
wait.
you heard, they are
You want to see
adding
me sing
to that
right now?
infrastructure bill that did not pass it. They're adding crap like,
I'm sorry.
$700,000 fines for establishment that refuse to go along with
You ain't
the,
gonna give me any static.
the
I told my
and
girl
will
I'd get you
labor BS
So I
word.
can't go back on work, can I?
Once again, a mandate is not a law. It's only a law if Congress decides and votes on something. We have two problems. One problem is one of the Supreme Court justices who was being reported as last night.
You mind
She
if I sing
burned
that
out
song?
of her mouth, and she's not even going to look at a case dealing with the mandates and the health workers
Go ahead,
in the
Sideburn.
legislature. She's
Oh,
not even gonna
Mike
look at it.
knows.
Excuse me, why not?
Monty
It's
thinks
a
he
violation
knows
right there.
who's paying
So
for
here
the
we go
National
again.
Guard.
It appears that the
That's
Supreme
funny.
Court of the United States is not working with the people. Why the hell not? Again, who do you go to when it goes corrupt?
Ghostbusters.
All right, let me go ahead and read this. Who is this? Your soul. When I was a child, we used to have measles and mumps parties, and you got it. You got over it. Exactly. Good point. That's a damn good point.
I got a
They're telling you in your face. They're telling you in your face that if you refuse to go along with the totalitarian takeover of your own nation, they're going to take everything away from you. That's what they're telling you in your face. How disgusting. How disgusting. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to lead to the next level. And you can guess what the next level is. The revolution was not one. Okay? And if they
Tough
think
guy.
that it's not going to go there, they're wrong. Of course they know that. Of course they know.
That's
Because that will
funny.
give them further excuse to strip the second. Once they strip you of the second, then you will turn into a strip. That's why that can't happen under any circumstances. So you're going to see a lot of these people being in a desperate situation. This is not my opinion, and this is not rejection. You have got to do that thing called common sense.
Boy, there's a
You
lot
take
of
18,000
participants in
people,
here.
and suddenly they don't have a job, and suddenly they cannot.
Are you putting bullets in the wardrobe there,
What do you
Roger
think's gonna
Donald?
happen next? Exactly. Once that threshold is met of the point of no return, have nothing else to lose. Well,
You ain't bad, Sideburn.
What do you do for a living?
With my old man Otto Accessories. Why?
I usually get paid for singing as a rule. Now I figure you ought to do whatever you do for me. How about stepping outside and putting a new set of seat covers on my car, huh?
Sure, Sideburns. What color you want? I figure his color's yellow, don't you?
Well, I would not want to be the person that made that decision to fire all those people and all. You see, we live in an information age. The smallest of the smallest, the puniest of the puniest, of individual, like me, where the hospital stick and shoestring, you get more information on anybody I damn well want to in a matter of minutes. And you see me do it live. I'm not the only one that can do it. There's tens of that. There's probably millions of people who do it. Just
Destroy. What hate speech
So
for
try to
a
imagine
girl
that.
named Kristen?
Try to imagine a mother or a father or a sister or brother, an aunt, an uncle, your friend, where they got small family members looking up at them saying, "Mommy, I'm hungry." Can you imagine this? And the very company that they sweat for. Last year they were heroes, but suddenly now they're zeros. This is, again, the intentional totalitarian takeover of the United States. You have to know that that's true. Where the hell is Congress? Nowhere. They're squabbling, they're bickering over what they're going to do for Christmas. Right? Where are these clowns at? Where is the Pentagon? Where is the military? Where is the Supreme Court? They're nowhere. They're all jacking on somewhere. On your dime, on your dollar. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. They've all hugged up with all the tech giants. But you can't say purple today because we decided. You can't say orange tomorrow because we decided. You can't say silver and you can't say pink. And if you say any of those things, off you go. And then maybe tomorrow we'll say
There's no such thing as an
and if
apple
we ever
cake.
said black, on 15 videos before this, or 10 years before this, you don't delete your videos and get distracted because you didn't say something that we told you not to say today, but we made it retroactive. Again, I'm so glad I got the else's of all of these CEOs of these major corporations.
You're right to meet the woman you stole.
What does that mean?
Oh, no.
Imagine. And here's the thing, that's right. Who is that? The
That
missing.
Paulson jaw, that's
I'm reading the
terrifying.
comments here. The missing monograph. And you believe that the National
I
Guard
know the
is
man's
now
Paulson jaw.
the doctors in this country. And the missing here, let me tell you something. That's the screen for the people on the replay. The missing here, check this out. The National Guard is not only the doctors, they're the nurses, they're the bus drivers, they'll be the dishwashers. They'll be everything. You see what's happening? Every part of the United States will be what's called nationalized. It will be, the positions will be taken over by the military. That's nationalization. It's being run by the government. Everybody knows when you walk into a DMV, you'll be there all day long because it's not efficient. These guys, they just hum around.
Salesman talking to me.
I just got back from my break.
You can buy it.
Okay, let's see.
You can pay me
What did you need?
Oh, too much monkey
It's not
business.
efficient.
Too much monkey business.
See how that works?
Too much monkey business for me.
Don't think for a second that this is going to end well. It's not going to end well. No, it's not. We have all got to have a very open mind of what all this means. The revolution was not won with a smile. See how that works? You gotta know this. Hello, hello, hello. You gotta shake your senator, your congressman to wake them up out of their slumber. What is wrong with these people? We are being decimated from the inside out. Anybody that can't see that is blinded by the light. Wow. Well, you know what? You're saying that God will protect you. Hey, maybe you will, but good luck with that. You gotta protect yourself. Believe me. You got someone sticking up on the property or something. You pray all you want. But it's always good to have a book of money and stock. See how that works? That's how that works. You have to protect yourself. Not everybody's going to do it for you. You got to protect yourself. What do you do when everybody's corrupt? Who do you go to? You go to yourself. You trust yourself.
Too much monkey business.
Who's this Chris Isaac?
Matter of fact,
Various artists hosted by Chris Isaac.
I should call him up right now. Good. He's probably away. Well, I don't have his permission to call him. He's one of us. Conspiracy Castle. Mr. Alex over there. Alex Stein 99. YouTube decided, oh, you can naughty. You gotta take that video down because how dare you? Can you believe this? They're so sensitive. What did they hit him with? Well, violation of terms of service, which means non-specific, which means, oh, well, apparently he must have said silver, maybe he said white or black, or yellow or purple. You're not allowed to say that. Maybe it was something red.
Oh, that's loaded.
Hey, Joe, you're hungry.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that.
Here, Joe. Yeah, that's right. Alex Stein about conspiracy captains. So now he's got to go sit in the internet corner for what? 7 days a week. A week for 10 days. Really? Okay. I'll tell you what. There's something else. And here's the thing. Isn't it funny that all these somebodies at these tech companies, they think they're invincible. They think they're untouchable. Unbelievable. What is that? Well, who is that? 7.2 by the 2 region. Where is that located? I have no idea where that is. But help me out a little bit more. Latitude region. No idea. Hello, Mrs. Tree. How have you been?
Hello, Lily. It's me, Thompson.
By Australia. Oh, I do. Yeah. About New Zealand. Okay.
I don't want to bother you at work, Lily, but see, I'm
Ferguson, my buddy, who just ran away to get married. We're in trouble.
Well, here's the thing.
Why haven't even come to that?
There's a lot of talk that the National Guard is going to be taking up all these positions. All right, let's keep in mind about something. There are, you can go check, but I think I'm pretty close to being right here. I'm just trying to go by memory. If I'm not mistaken, there's around 420,000 National Guardsmen. Might be a little more. Maybe a little less, something like that. It's over 400,000. National Guards personnel in the United States. How many of the people said sayonara when it came to the medical? 83,000. Okay, now what? There's 1/4 of that force right there as well. We got 3 left over now. The National Guard is being used in Massachusetts. I bet you they're just checking about that. They're driving sons and daughters to the schools because, somebody thought it'd be a bright idea to let go of all of these bus drivers. They said, see ya. See how that works? Okay. So you have so many hundred there. I don't know what Chicago did. I'm not sure. Last time I checked, Miss NWO herself, Lori Lightfoot, she was begging Lyft and Uber to fill in the blanks when it comes to, getting their sons and daughters off of school. Because they decided it'd be a good idea to say, hey, we mandate. And be like, see how that works? Now they're whining with the shortages. Duh. Nobody feels sorry for these kids. Nobody feels sorry for them. Nobody feels sorry for any of these kids. None of them. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. And you guys are going to know I'm right. People, I know there's not very many people that real money. My 800. Okay, well, maybe remember. YouTube has implemented one of my ideas.
Oh, that's funny. You got it, man.
If you guys remember, over the spring, maybe it was even the winter time, I made mention that YouTube would be better off if they would have a situation where people could essentially donate to somebody even after the video had been released. Kind of like a Patreon, except it would be after the fact. In other words, it'd be like a super chat, but after the fact. They've, in fact, YouTube implemented that at the end of July. True story. It's called the Thanks button. And the way it works is, what is the thumbs up, thumbs down area, the subscribe, all that area. They got a little thing up there that says thanks. You click on that after some of these videos have been published. You give them $1, $10, whatever the hell it is, and you get a highlighted comment in the comment section. You see what I mean? For real. I haven't asked anybody in there. We talked about that a long time ago. Yeah, here it is. It's right there. It's not weird. Yeah, it is weird. It sure is weird. It's only available on some channels. Not all channels, not yet. But it will be. I'm just saying. There we go again. I don't give a flying nothing. Who cares? Who cares? Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is apparently YouTube themselves is hurting themselves. They're deleting all these big channels, not understanding that when you delete the channel, you piss off all the people that subscribe to that person. Are you not? You're not with the program, obviously. TikTok last month obliterated the YouTube high time In other words, the watch.
Santillan and
Sure did.
Monogram.
That means more people watched the videos on TikTok
829
than all of YouTube.
bullshit
Are you
artists.
mad, bro? Apparently you are.
Oh,
Because
Yates.
YouTube's response to that.
Tag Suzanne Yates.
was called YouTube Shorts. Failed. Yawn. Nobody cares. People are leaving YouTube in droves. So what are you doing now? You're biting the hand that feeds you. You're biting the hand that feeds you. And like I've said before, in 4 years or less, YouTube will be the equivalent of MySpace. Because the people decide. See, when you abuse the people, when you abuse subscribers of those other people, and you piss them off, guess what happens next? They go somewhere else. Like here. See how that works? Unbelievable. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you, is what I'm saying. So keep biting the hand that feeds you. Keep biting it. Go ahead, keep biting it. You're gonna end up like General Motors. You'll be begging the government for a bailout. Because you'll be under the too cocky to fail or something like that. See how that works? This is outrageous.
I know.
And apparently, YouTube wants all of these content creators to beg them, please don't do anything to my.
This is a maestro.
Because we know what's best. Sure do.
Hey, how much longer
Listen,
you got?
fear, when you don't have any fear, and you don't fear anyone, you just truly cannot understand how exhilarating that is. Knowing that you get in a damn truck, you go on a road trip at any time, and don't have any fear, and know exactly where to go. You don't need GPS. You got this thing called memory. You can figure it out.
Sloppy son.
You know what I mean? Especially if you live in the area or you have family over there. See how that works? That's how that works.
I know there are no curves around the stamps.
People don't care anymore. Do you think
Because
people
women-
give a flying crap about YouTube? They're trying to feed their families now. You know, and supposedly AJ there over there eating those snacks. He got he got hit by some judgment. And everybody knows that that's where love of censorship is. Right there. It's
He said, if you don't blank off. Let's hear that again.
The car was gone, you were gone, and I almost lost my mind. What?
He said they're out of hair gel.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that too. About a murder thing. But they didn't say that where it happened.
Baby, you know me well. Know this what I say.
Where am I snagging on tonight? All right, well, it must go. I'm not going to tell you what.
Baby, you know me well. Know this what I say.
Well, damn it, come on. I'll give you a minute to figure it out.
Somebody give me a pencil. I want to know.
What is it? Ah, you got it right. 1962, got it right. Nutty Buddy, that's right. That's right. That's what it is. Gotta have a family.
Baby, you know me well. You know me what I saw.
I love it.
Before I say farewell,
That's right.
give me just another day to regret. Find out what's happening. Find out what's happening. Find out what's happening. You're gonna find
But what I'm saying is, somehow, some way, you see, chasing everybody on their platform.
How boring.
Going around. No.
Tell me you son of a bitch.
Sorry. Once again, I'm not suggesting that I'm special because I'm not special.
Special ed.
However, I am priceless, just like you are. But I'm not special. So if they decide to say adios, adios, dude, so what? Watch what happens next. Now what are you going to do to somebody that's already gone? You think I'm going to come?
How many girls?
I think he's talking about boulders.
I was at YouTube before Google even knew what YouTube was. See how that works?
It was a World War II spy tool.
So if they want to play those games, don't be mad.
Oh, this song just makes me want to pinch somebody.
I can't walk out
Do not get mad.
because
Not nobody with poopy pants.
Not one.
but why can't you see
Not one. Not
Oh,
one.
hubbub.
I want to hear you crying.
what
Yeah,
you
hooligan.
when you told me
Hey man, you know what?
I'm saying?
If
That
somebody
sounds
else
like a
goes around,
line Monty would use.
you attack me, I'm going to respond. That's what you do. I consider that an attack.
He said with stupendous minds.
If somebody's out of line over the, you're over the line.
See, he said stupendous. Shove it up your nose.
Alright, if somebody goes beyond comedy or whatever you want to call it, don't take it.
This is serious monkey business.
In other words, Google, YouTube, Alphabet, this is their first rodeo.
I remember
Anybody online can be somehow in a matter of seconds. It's that.
Better call Sharon.
Google has VPN readers, so it's a joke. So if this snap through the emergency, you're done. All right, but anything above
You can transform her into Betty. You can transform her into Jackie. Oh, Lord.
You can't talk about.
Don't you guys ever shut the fuck up.
You're not allowed to talk about tires. You can't talk any
Boy,
And keep catching that I'll go to video.
you're a puppet on a dinghy.
I'm not playing those games. I'm not gonna be
Big boss man. Shy guys finish first sometimes.
Because I'll tell you what, I've already proved that shadow of doubt.
You'll never see him coming when he snaps your neck.
So I put up 300 videos plus about all these topics. Which means I figured out.
Last thing he wants is to see you in his kitchen, Daniel.
Because all of my colleagues, all of them, have watched videos from their entire channels because they refuse.
When is this stupid show of yours done?
I said, we sent a link. What was it?
I mean, you make other people stupid.
I don't know who you are, dude. Thank you very much.
I know it's just a mind control experiment.
Your subscribers are not naive to figure it out, especially if you're American. They know the synonyms.
He's fibbing.
They're going to know the synonyms, absolutely. Unless you're willing to change up the game and trick all the algorithms.
He's talking to his other head.
and knock me down. And I've already proved this. But I need to be yeah. So if YouTube wants to tweak the algorithm even more, to where it's going to take, I need to
Hold on. Now, see, they say it's live, but the live button's not on.
YouTube will not believe it. Now, figure about 500,000 folks have my cell number.
I mean, you can see when it'd be done.
That cell number will be
Let me just jump this around.
I'll leave the link to this Evan Bryant online. I'll leave this video.
Hold on.
That way I can see it. This fella.
Just run your head up against a wall, right? Alright, let's see.
This is why the IRS
Take control of.
on everybody that has an account of any sort of interaction of $600.
You already talked about that.
It's about $750. So everybody that would have a bank account is going to be rolling $600 a month. Everybody. That is just a way, an excuse to sit there and get eyes on your financials. Through law. The Congress would pass the law. Then why is Congress passing the law? They sneak them through.
Oh,
they
not
pass
this
these
kid.
outrageous bills
He always
that are 8,000 pages long. You sit on them and add to it. And a lot of these senators and Congress people, they're so aware that they added to it. And then they vote on it and it becomes law. It's outrageous. It's all flat.
What is this doing in an Ellis lineup? Trying to walk my cats. Day in my life. What the hell's going on?
Here's a way that you can tell that the establishment itself doesn't even trust its own electronic payments. This is how the establishment themselves don't trust. Well, how would that be? Well, when you go to get a lottery ticket at 7-Eleven, and you pay with a debit card, why? Well, because they're worried that if you paid with a credit card, that you can turn right back around and put a stop payment on the credit card. It's called chargeback.
Especially when you tell them debit, and they say, oh, you don't even need to put that password in.
Don't even trust their own electronic system. They haven't figured out a way to get that one out. How's that going to work? Exactly. See how that works? So in the future, what's going to happen, chances are, when it comes to those sorts of things, chances are you'll have to pay for the lottery to be released in advance of that drawing. If you're going to use a debit card, make sure it's clear. That's how you know that the establishment themselves, they don't really trust their own electronics.
That's right. Don't get all choked up there, Iron Lung.
Very busy these days.
And I've been smoking.
You don't need to smoke to be having lung flukes.
So I got something really exciting and fun to bring you. Not any silly stuff today. High brand and money.
No, it ain't bad. There's no way. Listen, I'm on the damn stretch of it anyway. If that was the face man that Wu Ann with,
Love Sophia.
then they're going to be very, very upset with me. It's going to be like, well, how did you beat it? Drink Pepsi and the Orange Crush. Some of that. I eat Nutty Buddies,
He means ripple and pebbles.
lasagna,
He means
homemade
worms and
macaroni and
sauce.
cheese, and a
He means powdered chemicals.
mad bro.
That's bruh.
But
See how that works?
today I've got ready
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much Big Dog Ranch.
Zippity zappity zippity sauce.
Thanks for all the people looking out for the donuts. I really appreciate that.
Donuts.
I know you work hard.
Look at that super chat just flying.
So sure, you crowds me. I really appreciate it. For all the mod squad between us, is Donnie and Mystery, last one, Michael Boone, 49 John, Paul Davidson, all y'all are definitely nice and appreciate y'all. And then for everybody else that's stopped in here.
Here we are.
And chimed in the chat on the appreciate y'all as well. Here's the thing, never give up. Don't allow any of these morons to be pushing you around. Oh, hell no.
Ray.
Oh, hell no. And if you're one of those people, that you lost your position because some body thought it'd be a good idea, find out.
I mean, I'm always
was it the CEO? Was it the board? Was it, you know, a few people, a group of people? Find out their names. Make sure that they personal responsibility for your demise. Right? Yes, that is right. These guys cannot be allowed to get away. Oh, hell no.
As above.
Who is that?
And so I think that's
Mark Devils, that monograph sounds a great fishing. Also, Rainbow Trout.
You know, in the middle, these other two pieces of action. And they're all coming into the center. So this is the newest video. Okay? And I only got halfway through and I'm like, shit, man, I gotta share this.
But I know it sounds horrible.
This guy's channel.
Because, you know, our countries, not only the United States, but our countries as a whole, are being attacked within.
And he's
Excuse me, the fight hasn't even begun. No, it
I don't even know. I mean, we should have like one of those games where, you know, they show you the jar of jelly beans and you gotta guess how much is in it for the car. This dude is picking up shit so fast. I'll show you after we watch the video. But just be entertained by this, because this is some fun shit.
All of you suckers out there.
Sure.
Put on your electronics.
And it looks like it sure does. Oh shit. When I look out into your face, you know what I see? I see a little bit of energy. Everyone around there. Now they say Ben's still on the director. Look. Alice is in your jeans. And your fucking cheeseburgers. Look at there's a blue one. Tag that stupid blue alien story.
Yeah, that was Travel's stupid
Here we go,
story.
watch. The death cult, right. Hey, Peter Lord, brand new Elvis video. On the Street Channel. I'd say Adam is everywhere. Good Lord. Six knows. I'm looking for the International Man Mystery #1. Where are you at, Adam? Because I know you're making all this stuff. Your buddy's Ben Stiller. Are you kidding? Oh, sure he does. That's Adam. Knock it off. Look at all that hair. They look like Adam. They look like Adam Presley.
85 views. This shit should be viral. You know, one of them other bitches got Ben Stiller's cousin's friend's ex-wife's baby. Yeah. And with that, I bid you a fair adieu, lords and ladies of the court.
It's like, it's like,
you know what it is? It's the Green Knight versus the Blue Chickens.
This Presley story. All the pictures were real fuzzy and grainy, and of course, you still had the Bob Joyce story going on, and how he was.
This is a drive-in video game. I'm gonna be pissed.
And there's a million stories behind this. I get it. But that is just so funny. Now, later on, I don't want to get carried down the old brick road. Ooh, I can't even help press the button. Shit. Okay, so let me show you.
This episode was brought to you
Yeah,
by
it's too late
Scott's
to cruise
Organic
over,
Iron
y'all.
Tonic.
My
Nature's
buddy Big
Iron.
North is already gone. He was uploading a lot of things that they were hitting him with copyright strikes on, and many of you out there in YouTube land know about that.
It is
Now,
not
here
a
again, here's where
patent
it gets rough.
medicine.
If Mr.
You shake it well.
Adam Presley,
It costs you
#1
a buck.
international man of mystery, was the first
And of
one
course, it comes from old
to
crappy
share
Kansas
these pictures
City
10 years ago that
with
y'all
the
are seeing now
Ascarians or the Kardashians.
that you
one of
know
the
aren't
five.
Elvis. Well, somebody stole his intellectual property.
Somebody stole his
And
panties.
somebody's got hell to pay. And nobody gets how high up this goes, as my many little friends
I'm gonna go
mock.
think about how high it goes.
Disclosure. Shame, shame, shame. You think it's a blue avian? You think it's Corey Good? You think it's David Wilcox? Y'all are nut bigger than a Christmas fruitcake.
It's nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. I get
It's not
tired.
Elvis. It's Adam. Get it straight. A-D.
Look, it's the
E.M.
biometric dudes in the
Presley.
Matrix.
He's coming to a town near you.
He's a sheriff
No.
with a banana. Watch out.
I don't know where he is.
He might peel you.
And don't mock the fact that I haven't talked to him on the phone or an
Where's
email
that bleached yellow
or on
hair?
Messenger, because you ding-dongs already know that every one of those messages is intercepted and picked up. And also, people know
And they make Bob
Right
Hope look
now,
like a bad guy because
while the
I'm Bobby
fools
Hope.
mock remote
What the
viewing,
hell?
the intelligent people are having a spiritual
George
experience where
Washington
they're
hangs out with
picking
Hitler.
up telepathic thoughts.
You know, it's just never-ending
So I don't
crap.
know what to tell you. You can't knock that kind of security. Elvis is everywhere. And it's a lineage that goes back on paper to AD 454. It's all provable. I don't know why everybody just doesn't give up the ghost, man. Quit
I think
making
it
money
has to do with the Georgia
off of his
Guidestones.
death. Quit mocking the man that Sandro calls family.
Where is Lisa Marie when
Because
you need a
Sandro's
bitch?
alive.
For the
You
solo?
don't get what you're doing.
Nah.
What do they say? Lord forgive them, for they
It's
don't
all
know what
about
they
Texas.
do. And yeah, fools do rush in.
You know, Dallas.
So take care of business. And peace, love, and light from the big yellow house on the third cosmic ray.
And then you say
Talk
it's been
soon.
real and it's been fun, but it's not been real fun. Toodles.
Welcome, friends, to Mandela